receive some form of emolument due to this, that Nigeria's government must be held accountable. These and many more is why we are angry, that we are angry because killings are still going on. So I'm going to let the floor open the moment we say the national anthem, the second stanza of the national anthem. We're going to say that. And then at the end of the day, we're now going to collectively, with our choir voices, so that we don't jump off cue and scatter everything that we are here for, but to scatter all the bad people, all the people who want to make Nigeria jaga jaga for us. We're going to sing to them at the end when we are done. But right now, as we're going to take different people to protest and speak into the narrative and into the issues. And this is one thing that we have maintained in the last 24 days, because it's also important for people to understand that elections are over. We are at the face of post-election. And I guess this is why a lot of people from the Labour Party and also the obedience, as they say, are not, because here with us, we have PDP, we have APC, we have Labour Party, all the people that believe in Nigeria, in the oneness of Nigeria, all the people that believe in the legality of Nigeria. We are going as one body and fighting the evil of the old order. This is what it is about. It is apolitical. We're not even here essentially for PO. We're not here for Atiku. We are here for credibility. We are here for what is right. We're demanding for justice. We're saying that we don't want anybody to steal any vote and give to Peter Obi. And if we don't want that, we don't want anybody to steal any vote and give to Bado keep coming, but to give to Bola Ahmed Tinubu or to give to Atiku. We're asking for the right thing to be done. Let the person who won be given his rightful mandate. That is what we're asking for. And so if you are speaking and protesting, you need to understand that we are protesting as Nigerians. We're asking for the right things to be done. This is the premise on which we have held on the capital city of Abuja in the last 24 days. We're coming out in mass as children, as mothers, as people from diverse walks of life, crossing party lines, crossing all affiliations to demand for justice, for equity, for fairness, for what is right, for what is Nigerian. This is what the protest is about. So wherever you are right now, if you can stand to your feet, we're going to say the second stanza of the national anthem, to uphold. Because we are doing it online does not mean that we have lost our zest and our passion and our power. So if you can hear me and you can put on your microphone, collectively together, you can join me as we sing the second stanza of the national anthem. O God of creation, thou art noble cause, guide our leaders right, ever you the truth to know. In love and honor, to grow and living justice and truth. With love behind our faith, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Ever conscious Nigerian people. Greatest Nigerian people. Who is going to open the floor for us? Who is going to start? Just lift up your hands and go right ahead and protest to the world and to the entire Nigeria. Stake our cause, stake the reason why you are here. Tell us why you are protesting. Tell us why you are angry.
So, let me try before my internet goes gaga again. I've been in and out, and the internet keep pushing me out. I don't want to say that the Nigerian system is the Nigerian system or the Nigerian state is behind my internet. I hope anyone can see my face. So here we are, the 24th day we have been on the streets, in-house, outdoor, also in the Azhar room. We have been everywhere, and we have consistently, demanded that right be done. For many of you who may be aware, as my good friend and brother, Dr. Moore, said, we have been to the United Nations, we've been to the AU, we've been to the, to the EU, we've been to the American, British High Commission, Canadian, and we've been on the streets of Abuja 14 days now, even to the point that those that won election that ought to be happy that they've won election, there were no celebration. If they need to wear happiness at last. But here you are, the people that won election, all they keep doing is send their ministers to the United States of America to defend, to defend themselves and say one or two things. Now, Nigerians, we are saying under the free, Nigerian icon of what happened on the 25th of February. It is not the right thing. As my good brother said, it does not matter. It means when something is given to me unjustly, I must reject it. When something is taken from me and given to another person unjustly, we must collectively reject that. If the election was rigged to February, we must, as a people of conscience, reject that. And that is what we are here for. We are not here for party A, B, C, or party D. We are here collectively as Nigerians to say we were promised that the election was going to be fair, credible. 305,000, many argue as because of the 305 billion, many argue as a result of the 50 billion that was eventually requested, making it 355 billion, whether 305 or 355. The amount in this case is irrelevant. But what is very relevant here is that we had a head of the commission that went around the world, went to the Chatham House in the United Kingdom, told the world, when the world was listening, saying, we are going to give a credible election, an election that ought to make every Nigerian excited, like that government, that the president and the head of INEC has monumentally failed to write and vote. And I agree with her, because if men wanted to be heroes, they should have done the right thing. But in this case, they have not done the right thing. And once you haven't done the right thing, what do? Instead of keep digging, you stop digging and start mending. What are our demands? Our demands are very simple. Cancel the election, call for a fresh election. And, obviously, as we know about the tribunal as well, the point here is that we, as collectively, as Nigerians, are saying, capital rejectamento. We reject the election result. Why? Because the process that brought the election result, we have seen never in the history of Nigeria, have seen level of mutilation on results. Many of us have had children here. When a child is between the ages of 3 and 5 and learns how to learn how to write, children are not allowed to use pen, they're allowed to use pencil. Now you have professors can no longer tally numbers, that the mutilations now appear to be what these children between the ages of 3, 5, 6, and 7, that they mutilate the whole result. It is, it is abnormal for a result 7 only 7 or 7. And sometimes these people are actually very stupid. Sorry, forgive my French, but there is no other way to say it, that even where you have the numbers in words remain the same. You see someone saying this is 7 adults. These are people that promised us that they're going to do the right thing, but they failed spectacularly. in doing the wrong thing, in doing the things that they ought to have, done. So, comrades, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, we are here collectively as Nigerians to say that as we have in all the matches that we've done, that we reject this. Let's continue. We are not stopping.
Absolutely. I think your network is finally at it. And I think you're just rounding up your points right there. Can anybody hear me? Let me just make sure that I am audible here.
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fantastic. And as Mazi has rightfully said, I mean, we have been on the ground together, going through all the places, consecutively for all the days, marching through all the embassies, seeing some of the ambassadors and making our reports, and everything we have done, even for this protest online we're having, we're going to do an update report to the United Nations. So it's important to say this so that while you speak to the issues, because the issues will be reported at the United Nations. That being said, I think we can take our cues now. If you want to be the next speaker, it's important that you maybe indicate by just raising your hand, and we can take the cues at this protest.
Okay, my name is Ayokunle. I'm speaking from United Kingdom, and I want to join my voice to millions of Nigerians who are saying no to this election. The election is fraudulent. I'm in my late 40s, and in my experience so far as a Nigerian, I think this is the worst election I've ever seen. All the promises made by INEC chairman, raising our hope that this election is going to be credible, all are failed. And not to be too rhetorical, I'm joining my voice with millions of Nigerians to say this election should be cancelled. Then INEC chairman should be prosecuted, should be arrested, prosecuted. We are saying no to this election. And like Madmo rightly said, we are not speaking for Peter Obi or speaking for anybody. We are speaking as Nigerians that really want a better nation. We are speaking as Nigerians who are tired of the way these old politicians have been doing us, like the popular definition of insanity, doing the same thing in the same way while expecting different results. We want a better nation, so we are saying no to fraudulent. We are saying no to election rigging. We are saying no to what just happened on February 25th, and we are demanding that this election should be cancelled and INEC chairman should be arrested and prosecuted. Thank you. One more time, my name is Ayokunle Adebayo, speaking from United Kingdom.
Thank you so much, Ayokunle, aka AY. You've been Thank you. Thank you so much for protesting and joining your voices with other comrades around the world. I can see that we have Comrade Austin. Comrade Austin, please pop your mic and take the mic. Comrade Austin, are you there? Okay. While Comrade Austin is getting ready, can we have, who else is there? I see Ned Gideon. Are you there?
Justice is there too, just so you know.
Yes, I know. I can see your hand, Justice. Ned, if Ned is not there, maybe Justice Chukwu, please take the mic.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Justice,
go on.
Justice, go ahead.
Go on, I'll come back.
So my name is Justice Chukwu, and I am here live in the United States of America. My major protests is currently on the judiciary, which should be seen as the last hope of the common man and not the last hope of the politicians. So we need to pay more attention on the workings of the judiciary, because the birth and the death of Nigeria are currently in their hands. The birth and the death of democracy in Nigeria, and by extension, Africa, are currently in their hands. So we need to pay more attention to the judiciary. Justice must not just be done, but be as done. So we have seen in bits and pieces the responses from the respondents, especially on the presidential electoral matters. And we hope that justice will be done and the rightful candidate would be given his mandate to govern Nigeria. And I'm also representing maybe myself and people with disabilities who also have their voice. And some of them, their voices have been muffled. Nobody talks about them. It was very toxic for some of them to even cast their votes. The environment was very, very disastrous, such that they couldn't even step out to cast their votes. Even to get their voters card or voter cards was very difficult. Those who got their cards could not vote. So we need all these shenanigans and malfeasance to be stopped. And I think the whole thing is lying on the desk of the judiciary. If they care to save Nigeria, we would know. If they really care to kill Nigeria, we would know. And I think we should pay more attention on the judiciary this time around. Thank you.
Thank you very much, all the way from the United States. Ned, you have 2 minutes. Go get on with your protest.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Of course, I went out on the 25th of February to cast my vote. And on that very precious day in Buhari, Abuja, it rained heavily. There was heavy winds. I expected people to run for shelter and maybe the queue to scatter. Majority, up to like 70% or 80% of the people stood their ground under the rain. They stood under the rain. While it was raining, they stood there. They didn't leave the queue. They stayed and they voted. Of course, we all know that some people flew down all the way from overseas back to Nigeria just to cast their votes. And at the end, what we're having is a selection instead of an election. I stand strongly to say it's unacceptable. That's a rape on democracy. Is like Dirty Ahmed say, that is you're killing democracy. I think we need to start doing the right thing. If we continue at this pace, this manner, at this age, this era, what are we really going? Where are we really heading to? I think the judiciary need to also do the right thing. Let them not, because I was reading an article of Obasanjo and article how the DC was ruled about 25% and all that. I think if the judiciary do the right thing, we all will be happy. We'll be happy. We deserve better. We Nigerians will deserve better. We've been through a lot. We deserve better. I'm still shocked that nothing is being said about Mahmoud Yakubu till now. I'm still shocked that he's still like free out there. Nobody is questioning him. Nobody's even calling him for just questioning, not even arrest us. Or nobody's even up on all the whole crimes and everything. I think it's totally unacceptable. Please, my president, PMB, please, we are calling on you. We trust that you're a man of integrity. It's time to prove, it's time to do the right thing. We need to do the right thing. For once, let the right thing be done in Nigeria. We deserve better. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Salem, take back Nigeria. You got 2 minutes. Please go ahead and protest.
Oh, good evening, comrades. Good evening, everyone. I must thank you so much for this opportunity. And at the same time, on behalf of Take Back Movement Spain, we are protesting. And at the same time, we are thanking you guys for your resistance and then your will to stay put and fight back and take back what is ours. And then for your doggedness, and then everyone out there in Abuja, as you just said at the beginning of this program, that it's not really easy protesting in the seat of power, a place like Abuja. Can I be heard? Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, just as I said before, that it's not easy to protest in the seat of power. For instance, in Abuja, everybody witnessed what happened in Lagos during the election, and then we know how Nigerian state criminalized protest. They made protest to be a kind of taboo.
I'm not sure. Okay, I think your network is back.
Okay, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible now. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I said how, yeah, it's not really easy to protest in Nigeria, first and foremost, because they criminalize protest. And then protest is just simple, a way of expressing one's expressing his anger, or you are not in conformity with something that is happening, you want to demonstrate, simple as that. But they made it so bad that everybody look at you as if you are coming to commit a crime. But I thank you guys for being there, for doing what you are doing. So my protest is for the Nigerian police, and I would like to say from here that the Nigerian police should, as a matter of urgency, protect the protesters in Abuja, not only in Abuja, in other parts of Nigeria that they may wish to protest, because it's our right, and then we have that right in us to protest. So that is the area I'm so much concerned about. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's have is that Samson? And please take the mic.
Everyone, thank you very much. I am Tese Samson, and I'm joining the protest from Mexico. So I am also here to also join the protest. And first of all, I want to commend each and every one of you, those of you that are on ground, doing the physical job, taking the heat, being in the sun, in the rains, and taking the harassment and the persecution of the DSS and all that. We know all what you're going through. And some of us in the diaspora, we are also doing our own bit from the distance to support all the movement. And we are going to be on this until we see the final end. And I want to also take my protest to the judiciary. And I want to, that we, as somebody said earlier, we need to actually focus on the judiciary now, because the INEC chairman, we know that the government is not going to sack him. because he has done what they asked him to do. And no one, and they're not going to turn back to punish him with a sack. Rather, they are going to compensate him the more so that he will enjoy. If we can take a look at their petition, their response to. Can you hear me?
You're loud and clear.
Yes, okay.
If we can look at, okay, if we can look at the response of the INEC to Obi's petition, INEC as the body, INEC is not coming as an umpire. INEC is coming as if it is a contestant in the election. INEC is challenging even Obi's eligibility. If INEC is telling us that Obi was not qualified to contest election in the first place, and INEC is the one, the body that is supposed to screen any candidate, that is their statutory responsibility to make sure, and that is why people submit documents to them. That is why people submit all their profile to them, for them to vet in the first place. If INEC is the only person that the only body that has the right to even qualify any candidate, even before they go into election. But today INEC is coming to tell us that Obi was not qualified because as he joined another party, was
fine.
So, INEC is challenging that Obi's case we should be through now. INEC is coming as an umpire. The other people and their noise at their background, if we can mute our mic.
To get the game restarted. And
okay, thank you very much. So if INEC is coming as an umpire, they should come to only show that they did what is right. They conducted the election in the right way. They are not supposed to come and be challenging that Obi's case should be thrown out or he was not eligible in the first place. So from there, we can see that they are coming to do the job of the government. So no one is going to it's not a surprise that after everything, he's still there. They are still going on to conduct more election, supplementary election, and possibly the governorship election in Bayelsa, Kogi, and the rest. So, well, we can only protest, we can only pressure, but from the government, I know, and I'm very certain that no one is going to fire him. Rather, they are going to compensate him because they are happy with the job he's doing. Their petition and that of APC is like a duplicate. They just copied the prayers of APC and then put it in a different way. Now, the judiciary is where is the hot seat now. That is our last bus stop. And that is the reason why we all have to pay attention to this to these people. We need to know who are the people that are going to sit on this case, and we have to make this demand that this case is being televised. I've seen a lot of lawyers arguing, oh, it doesn't change anything. But if it doesn't change anything, why is it so difficult to just do it? If it is not going to affect or change the judgment or anything, if it is not, so why, if it is being done every other place, if it is being done even in Kenya, if it is being done even in Ghana, this is Africa. It is being done everywhere. Then why is it that we cannot do it in Nigeria? At least let every person, everyone that is not able to go to the courtroom, they always tell us that, oh, it's going to be a judgment in the court, anyone can go to the court. Is that court, can that court contain all the people that even if they want to go there, it won't. So let this be televised so that we can all sit in our homes and see the proceeding. If we understand it, good. If we don't understand it, that is not their problem. But we should be able to see this, that justice is done, and not just because it is done, but it is seen to be done. So we join the protest on that we should put more emphasis on the judiciary. We should scrutinize them, and we should pay very close attention to all the proceedings from the court to the end. So thank you very much, everyone. And this is my protest.
Thank you, Tese Samson Ande, all the way from the United States. I want to just say to everyone that is protesting, please speak, because speak. This is not, it's not just a meeting, but you're protesting. So speak to the judiciary, because we're going to lift your video and it's going to be speaking to the people. So as you're speaking, this is a protest, not just a meeting. So once you get the mic, speak and protest. Let your anger, whatever you're standing for, let it be made known as though you were right on the street, because this is going to hit the airwaves tomorrow. Are you there, Comrade John Dunu? Please, you've got the mic. Let your voice be heard.
Greetings, Nigerians. Thank you, Dr. Moore. You are a great leader. We have been following you. Whatever you ask us to do, we do. We've been coming out for the protest, and yeah, the news is getting out there, you know. I just quickly want to buttress on the point that you have actually touched on, but on a different angle, which is, you know, I want to speak to Nigerians that do not tag us as anti-anyone. Anti-anyone. We are not anti-Obi or anti-Atiku or anti-Tinubu, all right? So we are fighting for a new Nigeria, for a better and a conducive Nigeria, all right? So we are not against anyone. We are really not against anyone. And we don't want to be bequeathed with an unacceptable process of election, all right? I just want to let Nigerians know, the elites, those in authority, to understand that this generation, our generation and those coming after us are so ingenious, all right? If you decide to bequeath to us an unacceptable mode or way or process of ascending to a throne, we will become masters in it. And we don't want that. Please do not teach us bad stuff. Do not teach us evil things. We don't want, all right? All we are asking for is that let the people understand. We're speaking to the conscience of even those that are tagging us to be anti-anyone. Please put Nigeria first. Put Nigeria first before putting any of your interests. Because politics, they tell me, is all about interest. Many people, even including myself, have not been active in politics as we are in this dispensation. And we have become active. Now we are disappointed, but we refuse to be disappointed because we are not accepting the process. We are not accepting what has happened. We refuse to learn how to rig election to become a leader. We refuse to learn how to snatch ballots. We refuse to become a thug. We say no to that. All right. So don't teach us those bad stuff. Remember, what is this life? Just the flesh. What are you looking for? To train the flesh that will soon leave this world and go? Make a plan to write your name with gold on, cast it on a stone. All right, I'm speaking to you, even Mahmoud. All right, you can't tell me that you always get to order or what. There was no election. That is what we are speaking. There was no election. There was just election. You waited up for 17 hours. 17 hours, I promise you, since morning 7 a.m. I left, I came back home like around to 12. You wasted our time with 300. You should have shared the money to Nigerians if you were to waste our time. So please think about the coming generation. Think about the unborn, because you are leaving this world. You will soon leave this world and go. Think about the people coming. You don't have to rig or steal or cheat or loot to live for your generation. It's unacceptable. All right. So I am using this opportunity to speak to the conscience of the judges. Please stand up for the truth. Stand up for this truth. Remain on the right path. Remember, there is a place we are going after this world. This world is just a passing stage. This world is a passing stage. So be on the right thing. Be someone that we can remember for good. That is what all I'm asking. I'm speaking to the conscience of the well-meaning Nigerians, even those that are still on the underside that are calling us anti-somebody or anti or supporting evil. Don't support evil, because evil can happen to you. So please, that is all we are protesting about. We are not anti-anybody. We want to see a new Nigeria, a Nigeria that is working, a Nigeria that a young person will not be looking for work or will not find it very difficult to go to school. We are looking for a Nigeria that can be competing with Russia, with Dubai. We are richer than all these countries, but our leaders have really, really disappointed us. So we want a fresh and a sane and a crop of leaders that are not corrupt, that will come and repair Nigeria. Remember that you came to this world with nothing, and you are absolutely leaving this world with nothing. So whatever you think you are doing, you are grabbing or you are paid money to rig the election, cease. It's nothing, please. So a good name, like my language say, is better than any riches. If you've got a bad name, your name is bad. But it's better for you to have a good name than you have riches and you have a bad name. So please, listen to our voice. I've spoken to your conscience, you the judge, you the well-meaning Nigeria, even the lawyers that are standing to support evil. Please remember this protest that we are doing. We are not against anyone. We want a new Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Let the energy rise. Let the energy rise. Let them hear your voice. Comrade David Onome, you got a mic. You got 2 minutes to do this. There are more hands coming up. We need the energy. We need the voices. We need the anger. Protest. You have the mic. Go ahead.
Yes, good evening, Doc. I want to send my voice to the protest that all we are because we are not judiciary before now. But we still hope that with a good conscience, they will be able to deliver justice to Nigerians. We want a better Nigeria. A new Nigeria is possible. Nobody will have Nigeria. It is possible. Nigeria will be great again. We hope in the judiciary that the judiciary this time will uphold their integrity, their lost glory. This case, the judiciary will bring that back their lost glory. Will stand for justice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Prince Harry, are you there? You've got the mic. Let's see. Let's feel your anger.
Yeah. Good evening. Yes, I'm on now. So sorry for the video. I don't have a light here, so I wouldn't do video call. So I want to, my protest is this.
Are you telling the NEPA you are apologizing to NEPA? Who are you apologizing for? I think the people here have not been coming out for protests. You have no vent your anger on the people that will not give you light. This is what protest is about. Exactly. We're not having a meeting. Go ahead. Don't apologize. Just vent your anger.
Yes, it's part of it. And where I'm is Maraba. So this place here, we do not have light for so many times now because of the bad governance we are. So right now, I'm trying to bring out my protest based on things that are happening in this country. First of all, let me base on the judiciary. Judiciary is going to be our problem. So what I'm trying to say now is coming out every day that we will go to court. We'll also be coming out, protest at the front of the court to tell the whole world that we are not for anybody, but we are for Nigeria. And secondly, I want to say something about this Nigeria NLC. NLC is supposed to have been among those people that are supposed to join on in this protest because they are the founder of this Labour Party. I understand that we are not for any Labour Party. If those people, NLC joins us and we close all the parastatals in this.
I think they've taken your lights. They've also taken your network at this point. This is why we must not just feel good and be happy. Ada BLW, are you there? Let's feel your anger. Are you there?
Yes. Thank
Please
you, Dr.
protest.
Moore. Thank you, Dr. Moore. I have been calling you on phone because my heart is you are trying everything possible to make it to be in the way it's supposed to be, following Constitution. But I think we are tired of this Constitution. The last second person that talked to speaking to their conscience. These people we are dealing with doesn't have any conscience in this age. They don't have one single conscience. It's the time as we have stand up to take Nigeria back to ourselves and set it the way it will be is what we will continue. Secondly, the issue of court. I don't know why we are still leaving the court not to start on the petition that have already signed to them. It is the time we carry this particular protest to the court and they show them that we are not politicians like them. We are new breed. Thirdly, I have looked over all these things. You people are managing it on one side, which I have called several times. How can this protest be moved from Abuja to north, to southeast, to southwest, to south-south?
I think the network is protesting now.
And then let us lost this bit because if he using the battery I have charged for some time to continue to, and if he goes off now, I cannot chat anymore. That is all we're talking about. It's the time we take this to ourselves with the people that I want. People are made up, and if we didn't do this thing now, let me tell you, time will come. If we didn't achieve what we are doing now, in 2027, less than 500,000 will vote presidents in Nigeria because the young men are tired. People are tired. If you can't give them the mandate they have voted this time, if you call out the election, there will be no election in Nigeria. Nobody will be there. I remember in the past when you're talking about the election, an Igbo man like me will go to field to play my football because I don't believe it exists. It is the what INEC tell us that they will use beaver and transmit. I said, let me see how they can lead this again. And we become involved. We champion. I am living in Taraba State. We fight empty-handed to get 147,000 votes for P2B, the president Nigeria needed. For the first time, PDP doesn't conquer everywhere as they think in Taraba. We challenge them, we defeat them with the league election as much as the league, and they couldn't make it. So based on this, there is more fire we need to put. There is time to call the stakeholders of Forbidden Family and the CSOs together, including the last person that said, we bring Congress into this. If they don't want to be involved, so be it. We will achieve everything we need. Thank you. Let another person speak.
Thank you. I like the fire and I like the energy. And yes, by now we will be hoping that other states will take up the energy and run with it. You have seen what has been happening in Abuja. I like what they're already doing. It was in Port Harcourt a few days ago. Some people called me, they replicated the flyers, they took the music, they started going to the street. This is what we want. Even if you are 2 people or you are 3 people in Taraba, wherever you are, Come out and occupy the INEC office. Don't wait for anybody. Get the little water and the little money you can get and start, and more help will come. This is how we have done it in Abuja. This is how we are going about it, and that's how we're going to keep doing it. If we call on any institution and they refuse to come, we will take the protest to them. And like the person who spoke about the labor union, if labor union have collected money from Agbado and they are refusing to come out, we will take the protest to them. This is not the time to sit on the fence. This is time to speak to them. And I want more voices. Speak directly to them because they are listening to you. By the time this report is coming out tomorrow, speak directly to the media houses. Speak directly to Labour Congress and Labour everything. Speak to them directly. I know we have, who is here now? We have Fortunatus Onyeka is here. Before we go back to China. Fortunatus, you got 2 minutes. Get your protest to whichever quarter you want to get it to right now.
Oh, thank you so much, my leader. Good evening, everyone. I've been so angry about these things that are going on in this country, and I begin to ask our elder statesmen, and I begin to ask the judiciary, I begin to ask the youth, I begin to ask every Nigerian, are we going forward or we are going backward? We say we are in Nigeria, we are a nation that's supposed to be operating with a laid down rules, laws that are governing us. INEC came out with what they call electoral law of 2022. The process which election, a credible election, is supposed to be conducted in Nigeria in 2023. And there came the time for the election. INEC went behind, threw away the electoral law, and did things the way they feel. And they expect we Nigerians to live like that, a lawless nation. Now the issue has gone, to the hands of the judiciary. The judiciary is supposed to be the interpreter of the law, the interpreter of the rules that govern Nigeria, the interpreter of the rule of law. It has gotten to their hand, and I want to speak to them. I want to raise their consciousness and the consciousness of every Nigerian. We cannot allow Nigeria to go down as a lawless nation. We have electoral process, electoral law that are being made and passed into law, signed by President Muhammad Buhari, on ways that the election is supposed to be conducted free, credible in Nigeria. And INEC did not follow this process. And you want us to accept this? For how long can we keep on dragging Nigeria backward? Look, I've been running generator for the past. See, throughout today, I've not gotten light in this my house, and I've been running on generator. I pay NEPA bill, yet I still spend money in running generator. We cannot continue like this in this nation. I want to call on the judiciary, especially those that will be handling these court cases. This court case, this presidential election tribunal matter. They should take Nigeria into consideration. They should take the laws governing this country as a nation into consideration. They should take over 200 million Nigerians into consideration and protect the interests of Nigerians. They should interpret the law the way it ought to be interpreted so that we can live as a lawful nation. What are they teaching the young ones, the youths that are coming up? Do they tell us that we can just come up with anything and live with it? Do they tell us that they can make laws and anybody can go contrary to the law? Nobody.
Is it my network or the network is now protesting against Comrade Fortune?
Is the network?
The network is now protesting. That was a very good energy vented there. We're going to take this time to allow some of our women to speak up even right now and give us their own perspective to what's going on here. I see, where is China? China, have you disappeared again? You've been raising your hand. Can we have China? China, are you here?
I'm here. I'm not disappeared. I'm very much here.
China, so good to see you. Please talk to us. The mic is yours. Take the protest to where you want to take it.
Yeah, Nigerians. I bet each and every one of us is vexing. I know that each and every one of us is, we are all angry and we are vexing. As women, I look at it. The last time I was out in the protest, I literally wept when it was time to pray. I wept because I looked at a nation so blessed. I looked at a nation so enriched. I look at a nation that have everything. God has given us everything going for us. And here we are watching the least of us messing up the best of us. We are here watching the worst of us trying to lead the best of us. Ironically, if they know how to do it, it wouldn't be a problem. But it's a case of you don't know how to do it. Most of them have lived a life of criminality. And how can the criminals, how can they be the ones moving us? Look at where they have moved us to. I was discussing with my son, and I said, son, what do you think about Nigeria? He said, Mommy, if you can put me in the best of schools that your money can afford, the best house that your money can afford, take me to the best places that you can afford, and leave this country to me as my nation, then it's a total scam. I think that is actually the summary of it. Some of us, especially the so-called politicians, you may gather all the money, I tell you, but there's one thing you don't buy. You don't buy your nation. You are as good as your nation. You can carry all the money and go anywhere. You're a second-class citizen. If you don't know it, China is telling you this day that if you like, carry all the money to the uttermost part of the earth. There, as long as God did not drop you there from heaven, you are a second-class citizen. Hear me now. You are a second-class citizen. When the chips are down, they will tell you where you're coming from. You might as well go and inquire of the Russian oligarchs. I'm telling you this because we have traveled far and near. We have gone to places. And the moment you get there, even if you carry their passports, there is this thing in you that tells you you don't belong here. It's just the truth. It's just that a lot of us have lied to ourselves. And you stay out there thinking that because you carry their passports, you belong there. You don't belong there. There is that glass ceiling. In case you're not seeing it, let me make it very clear to you. There is that glass ceiling put ahead of you. So if you like, carry all the money, Mahmoud, collect all the billions, take it to anywhere. When you get there, they will tell you you are a second-class citizen. And the Russian oligarchs will tell you, when people like Putin rise up against the nations, you know what? They will seize all that your money. Like they have seized all their money. The other time, America and the Europeans told all the Russian oligarchs that their money that they seized, they're going to use it to fix Ukraine. I am telling you, this is a first-hand, it was on the news, that the money they seized, they will use it to fix Ukraine. Imagine defrauding your people, defrauding your nation, keeping it in one account or somewhere out there, making investments out there. And tomorrow, from United Nations, because of one thing or the other, they will seize that money and tell you they will use it for something that you don't have control over. Or more, borrow yourself sense now. Borrow yourself sense. Don't do this to the next generation. Don't do this. It's unfair. We can't live like this. We can't live like this. It bothers me that we step out of Nigeria. We see the best people are doing. Look at Dubai. Why can't we do better than Dubai? Just a state in Nigeria is bigger than Dubai. Why can't we do better? And here we are still struggling for life. We are struggling for, look at the other brother was speaking, he was speaking in the dark, in this time and age. And then we are hearing all manner of things coming out from INEC. Oh, what's the name? Electronic transmission is not mandatory, it's not compulsory. Who said? You wrote the law, you put up the guidelines, and so many, why can't we think? Don't you understand that this is the technological age? Whatever your shadow is haunting you. What you said yesterday is haunting you tomorrow. So we should stop all of this nonsense. Please, my Nigerians, wake up. Nobody will do it for us. And I make it known. The outside world are just watching us and laughing at us. I tell you, because they know it is us, the Nigerians, that are holding ourselves down. Most times we say it's the politicians. No. You and I, we are the ones holding this nation down. If they didn't gather us together to go protesting, that is how we will still be in our house. Most of us had depression. A lot of things were happening to people. And people are there, this is Nigeria. This is not Nigeria. This is what you have made of Nigeria. So this is the time to rise up. Rise up now. Get out of that your comfort zone. This is the time to move and reclaim your nation. It is either now or you lose it. Thank you.
Yes, 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 yes. This is kind of power that we need. And guess what? Thank you so much, China. The success that we have recorded in these protests has been largely to the women. They are always there. They're always cooking, providing water, providing food. We want to thank the women wherever you are. I want you to put your hands together and clap for the women. The women have been there. The mothers have been there. They in Nasarawa, they took off their clothes. They protested. They came to the American embassy. They shocked the whole world. Joe Biden and everybody in America saw them, that they took off their clothes. The news went viral. This is what we must do. You know, and I want to thank you, China, for saying it. There are a lot of people, they've been abusing every day. Dr. Mo, you are useless, you are everything. But guess what? Because we went out, the CJN ran back from wherever he went to and came back. Because we went out, now they are afraid. Because we went out, Lai Mohammed is going back to the US. Because we went out, we reported them to the embassies. We reported them to the UN. We are reporting them. Because of that, now people are waking up. Chimamanda is waking up. Wole Soyinka is waking up. This is the power of protest. How stupid and how useless can we become? They made promises, they broke it. We saw what is happening, and yet if we don't put pressure on the judiciary, we'll just go the other way. It is the pressure we are putting. So I need people speak here. Let the judges know that posterity will not forgive them. Not just posterity will not forgive them. They will not walk on the street of Abuja if they do the wrong thing. We must hold them accountable. We must take the fire back to them. Until we do that, we're not going anywhere. Let's have another. Where is Auntie Obi? Are you here? Get the mic before we have another woman come up. Let's have the woman, lady, her voice. Thank you so much, China. Obi Elekwa, let's hear you.
Good evening, everybody. All comrades, all angry Nigerians on this platform this night. Doctor, thank you very much for giving us this platform again to speak to the world, not just to Nigerians alone. We have gone around and we will not stop. I always emphasize, we will not stop until our voice is heard. Doctor, I want to say a big thank you again, because this night you're not going to stop Auntie Obi. This night you're not going to caution me. I am going to go as loud as I can, because the people we are dealing with, they are rogues. The people we are dealing with, they have no credibility, they have no integrity. The people we are dealing with, they are agboros. We even see how they fight in the house, how they fight themselves everywhere. The people we are dealing with, they are not literate. They don't know what it means to govern. They don't know what it means to lead. All they know how to do, because they have sold their souls to the devil. They have sold their conscience to the wicked one, and so do not feel the pains of the masses. All they know how to do is to kill, to maim, and then to grab and run. All kind of illicit things. That's what they know how to do. But you know what? We'll say from the time of John the Baptist, the kingdom of God suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. We will take Nigeria by force. There ain't no stopping us. We are taking Nigeria by force. And so, as many people as are burning their data, as many people as are disturbing the ears of people on phones, Nigeria this, Nigeria that, like my sister rightly said, they better start coming out from their comfort zones. We better take over the streets of Nigeria in all those states. We have started in FCT. Let every state, those in diaspora, you know what, doctor, let me tell you, let me shock you. I felt like when this happened, our diaspora brothers and sisters, there should have been a mass return. We should have shown these people what they have never seen in the history of Nigeria. We should have treated them like dogs they are and not us instead. Yes, it's high time we stop all the big dramas. It's high time we stop. It's high time we stop. It's time for action. It's time for strategies. It's time for people to say, hey, listen, get out there. It's time for our men to say, I am going, my wife is going, my children were going out there. Because you are at home, you die. Wherever you are, you die. There's no safety for you. There's no food for you. You don't know what may come up to you the next morning. Nobody's sure. Nigeria is one day one trouble. So why can't we lock up our houses and every man lock down the market, lock down the churches, lock up everywhere, and tell these people that enough is enough. You know why they're having the stage? Because they know that Nigerians, they behave more like cowards. They know that we are busy on the social media. They know that the highest some people will do is just to, chat on social media. And they're used to it. They have developed thick skin. But you know what? I am using this medium to talk to our brethren, to talk to fathers, to talk to mothers, to talk to the youths. We need to take it by force this time around. The judiciary is not left out. This time around, we're going to be investing more energy on the judiciary. As we resume back procession, we're going to occupy the judiciary, whether they like it or not. And if states still do not heed, we may begin to locate them in their houses. They are going to see the stuff they have never seen in Nigeria. A new Nigeria, for sure, is possible. The rebirth is possible. And we will have it. And as many of them that do not like good things, as many of them that do not want to enjoy the new Nigeria with us, they will go down for sure. However God is going to do it to them, however God is going to handle them, we have called on God in prayers, we have tabled our matter to God in prayers, and we are still praying and we're not stopping. The likes of things that happened in Nasarawa is yet to repeat in all the states of Nigeria. I can promise them that for free. It will still happen. So they better get ready. Nigerians had better get ready everywhere we are. We better get ready. And that will be it for now. They robbed, they raped, no credibility, no justice, injustice everywhere. Is it wrong to ask for equity? Is it wrong to ask for the good thing to happen to Nigeria? Is it not possible that Nigeria be made another Obodo Yibo? Is it bad? Just wicked men and women. Just wicked, set of wicked people that feels that there's nothing we can do. They've gotten all the billions. They've stolen all that they can steal, all that they can steal from Nigerian treasuries. And as far as they are concerned, their money can buy them everything. But we're going to tell them, no, money cannot buy everything. Money cannot buy people like us. And so they will have us to contend with. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This is the kind of fire we need. Thank you, Comrade Obi. Thank you for that. For those who haven't seen, except you haven't seen, I don't know how many of you have seen the latest, where Asari Dokubo said, government has paid me to kill people. What I'm going to be doing now is kill people. And guess what? If you want to be afraid, get ready, because they're going to put enough fear. They're going to put enough fear to the point where sometimes some people will even be afraid to join even an online protest, not just what we do on the street. This is what they want. But guess what? The only thing that can break that is called courage. It's called fearlessness. It's called objectivity. Is the power to come out and speak. If people have gotten to the point where in today, 2023, they can hit their chest and say that government has paid them to kill people, and we have people here who are checking out, who won't even come out, who are there saying, hey, don't follow Dr. Mo, don't do this, so don't follow these people. Is that what we want? This is why we were beaten from our polling booths. This is why we were chased from our polling booths. This is why we were cut from our polling booths. And guess what? If we allow that to happen, 2027, we can't even come out, because they will just declare whoever the winner is. This is what they plan to do to Nigeria. Are we going to allow that to happen? The question is all right before us right now. Who is there? Ambassador Jennifer, are you there? Somebody was supposed to speak before you. I'm trying to look for who was the lady. Well, let's take the ladies. Ambassador Jennifer, you got the mic. Please take your protest to where you want to take it.
Good evening, everyone. I am super excited to be part of this online protest. One thing you guys don't know, that this is historical. This is truly historical. It's going to go down history. The first set of people that stood in front of whatever thing that was going to be done. When we come out on the street, a lot of people have called me. People have said, they say your husband, tell your wife to stop this thing. You die only once. It's just once, either which way. Some people were going to their farms, they were killed. Some people were getting an accident on the road. Some people just get on a flight, going to the next place and they die. Die, not die. So, but if we are going to be on the street for the right thing, because we have children, we have a future. Some of us have lived well, thank God. But what about the people we're leaving behind? What are we doing? What do we expect from them? There was a selection, not an election. And then they expect us to just sit quiet and just watch them do what they want to do. Just like Dr. Mo said, come 2027, they're just going to announce who they want if we don't stand up. If we don't stand up for the youths are the ones that are supposed to be on the street with us. Instead, when you go on the street, you see more of mothers, because these mothers have children and they know what it means. I appreciate a lot of the young men that are coming out too, but we expect more. And then what is this thing we're talking about? They decided to do what they want to do. You just talked about the fear they're putting inside all of us. Yes, even if you're afraid, but the courage that will come out is greater than the fear that they are putting inside all of us. Somebody, when this thing happened, everybody went numb. The whole country went numb. But this set of people with Dr. Mo stood up and decided to stand up and fight for Nigeria. Do you think you'll ever be forgotten? You will never be forgotten. History will not forget any one of us that has stood for this. We're studying for the future of this country. And we're not going to stop. Trust me on that. We're not going to stop. Whatever it will take, we're not going to stop. I'm so glad most of the people speaking, it's not hunger. We're not looking for food. We're not hungry. We're not looking for money. But we're coming out to talk, to stand for justice, for what is correct to be done in this country. I appreciate all of you that are online this evening, and we're not stopping, because thank God the UN has been activated. You guys don't know what you've done. This protest has been activated in the UN and is down in history. If we're called today to speak in the UN, it's historical. It is there. So you are part of history, and the world, Nigeria, will never forget you. Thank you so much. Keep the flag flying.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ambassador Jennifer. I remember in the words of Dr. Walter, when we were received on the second time when we did the update at the UN, he said he's excited about the protest, and that 24 hours after our deposition, that the Secretary General of the UN was going to receive our deposition. What more can we ask for than to keep putting the pressure? Thank you so much for that. Jumbo Godwin, are you there? Jumbo Godwin, take the mic and take your protest in 2 minutes to where you want to take it.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Jumbo Godwin. I'm in this state. Well, I just want to raise my displeasure at what happened on February 25th. We all went executing our franchise, and we were told in school that election is a prerequisite for democracy. And at the end of the day, by few set of persons who I can tell as kleptocrats, we have been trying to organize ourselves, especially in Edo State, to see how we can march down the streets. But on the long run, persons have been divided by getting me more and more. Understand? And I thank God for what I've seen in some parts of Nigeria, like Abuja and in diaspora. So the fear of what happened during the NSAS protest, when many of us were being killed, many injured, and that so many people, especially vibrant youth like us, to come out and join the protest. And most here is family, because with what we are seeing now, our children is going to suffer for. We are being enslaved, and they are preparing to enslave our children. And I thank God that we have young and vibrant people who have come out to register their displeasure just the way I'm feeling bad. What I'm saying is there a way we can organize ourselves? Let's close down the full 36 states, all the airports, all the local and international airports, every politician. Let us remain in Nigeria. Nobody goes out, nobody comes in. Let them see what they have done, for what the damage they have done. And in every country that is working today in the world, the judiciary will working, the system will be working. And because in Nigeria, the judiciaries are part of the problem or part of those are loyalists to the politician. That's why it's as if nothing is working in this country. So all eyes on deck for the judiciary. The judiciary must at this time because things are not really working out. Many of us are suffering. Some of us fail after school, nowhere, as in no job, nothing. It's as if we lack opportunity in Nigeria, and we have potentials. We have people with like mind. We have people who can think beyond the box. But because the government have perpetually tried to bring down our self-esteem, we don't have anything. What I'm saying in essence is we can organize ourselves and shut down the airports in Nigeria. Nobody goes out, nobody comes in, so that they know that what they have done is not right. It's not right. But if we keep on, if we keep the way we are doing, these people are very smart. They are very smart, and this few period they are trying to come out with a plan to make sure that this work. If it doesn't work, the other one will work. So let's see how we can shut them. Let everybody. Nobody goes out. Nobody comes in. All the airports. Let's shut them down. At least this is not about Peter Obi magnet. This is the magnet of Nigerian. They have stolen our magnet, and according to what some of us are saying, what is the fate for 2027? What's the fate? If they can do it in 2023, it means they have a bigger plan for 2027. And it means we must correct this nonsense. Thank you.
Thank you. Anulika Day, can you have your time? Your microphone is still off. We can't hear you. Your microphone is off. I can't hear you. Let's see. Okay, you have been unmuted. Okay. Mark Ben Edam, are you there? The mic is yours, maybe.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Mark Ben Edam. I'm speaking from the UK. I don't know if people who are not speaking could mute their mics. I think it's just the normal thing to do, so we don't have background noise. Yeah, I'm joining the protest because I'm angry, really, because the hope we had that Nigeria will get it right this time around was shattered by men who feel they own Nigeria more than any other person, by rather illiterate minority that feel every other person should bow to them. I'm joining the protest because I also feel that we, the obedience, are not doing enough to, douse the idiotic stuff these guys are using our press power. Before I go on, sorry, I'm a P2B supporter. I'm not here to say I'm not supporting anybody. I'm not supporting this. I'm supporting P2B. And I'm a P2B supporter. So the protest is necessary at this point because we've seen that the people we trusted, like INEC and the rest of them that promised us El Dorado, have snatched sleep from our eyes. We are not sleeping anymore. We are just moping. We don't even know what tomorrow will bring for Nigeria because they've succeeded in installing people who only believe in gagging the freedom of people who believe in crime. See what they did today, just bringing out a picture of P2B saying all manner of things, even illiterates who were even, rusticated from school, could come and call P2B any name they want to call him, because they are all looking for ways to fill their pockets. So it is necessary at this point to call on the judiciary, certainly, to do the right thing, because right from the days I was small, we've all been told that judiciary is the last hope of a common man. In this case, we are the common men who are asking just for a better country we can call home, a better place we can look back to and beat our chest and say, yes, I'm proud of this green passport. I am joining this protest because we've disappointed Africa as a whole. A lot of Africans believed in us. Over here, I have friends from Ghana who were all telling me how happy they were that somebody like P2B was contesting. Someone even asked me if we could lend them P2B because they need someone like that. You know, sometimes you don't even have the face to talk to them anymore because our people have actually dashed the hope we had. Though all hope is not lost yet, and that's why this protest is highly necessary. So I am calling on the judiciary to do the right thing. To do the right thing, just follow due process. I know a lot of things must be going under the bridge right now. I know a lot of Ghana must be exchanging hands right now. I know that lots of promises must be, tabled, must have been tabled on the table, must have been laid on the table right now. Promises of making you better than you are today. But can we ask judiciary at this point to shun any temptation and do the right thing for Nigeria and Nigerians? Nigerians are dying in their numbers, and it's unfortunate that life in Nigeria does not even mean anything anymore. People are dying every day and nobody's even saying anything. People are dying every blessed day of hunger, and we are hearing of people saying they borrowed $800 and something million to give to who? To give to their, to their boys on the street, to their demagogues, the people they've made that they've always used to destroy Nigeria. I'm also protesting because the people who are asking for the right thing are being muzzled, are being called names. Imagine illiterates calling obedience obidiots. Imagine people who can't even untie the shoes of P2B. And I'm protesting also because someone like Wole Soyinka could come out to call someone who is demanding for the right thing to be done as, what name did he use? As an anarchist or so. And I was so disappointed that he could come out to make such a statement.
Fascist.
Okay, fascist. Yes, he used that word, fascist. And in his class, as a Nobel laureate, if he could make that comment, I feel Nigeria is finished. I'm protesting because I'm not disappointed in what Asari Dokubo said, because those who always kill by the gun will be proud of the gun. I'm protesting because people who we even believed in, some celebrities, are not even speaking up. And it's unfortunate. I'm only so proud of Chimamanda Adichie. I watched his program, his interview at Arise, and he was proud to stand that he said what he said, and he meant what he said. So I'm also protesting once again to ask that the DSS should do the right thing. They should use intelligence and be intelligent enough to do what they are supposed to do and not being used to threaten innocent Nigerians who are just asking for a better country. Thank you so much. I'm McBain Eden. Thank you.
Thank you, McBain Eden. Just very quickly to recap that we're also protesting against obedience, because obedience, for majority of them have said they are not going to come out because P2B had told them not to come out and protest, which is another protest against them. And this is one of the reasons we are calling this protest a Nigerian protest, because when you turn it to an obedient protest, obedience says that P2B said they shouldn't come out to protest. So you can understand the backdrop on why it has to be much bigger than the obedience. It has to be a Nigerian protest, even though it includes everything that is right that we are standing for, but it has to be a Nigerian protest. But I understand your anger and I understand everything you have spoken about, rightly so. It's just important to just put in this clause so that we are not labeled, we are not named, we are not limited by the extent to which we would go and we will hold our protests and ensure that we keep protesting. So when obedience wake up, they can join us. By now, we'd expect that even at this online protest, for those who have been shouting, that we should have, 1,000 people. But I can tell you that 90% of obedience do not want to protest, which is why we're also protesting against them. Like we're protesting against the Labour Congress, we're protesting against anybody that does not believe in protest, we are protesting against that person because that person is an enemy of Nigeria. Chinyere, yes. Yes, I can see your hand.
Please, I know that I spoke a while ago, but maybe I'll have to go to work. So I don't know if you can just permit me to speak in case I have to leave.
Okay, let's just allow Chinyere Ohiakere to just come in, and then you can. Is that Emmanuel Okpa, right? Okay. He's been here for a while, yes. Emmanuel, I don't know what's happening because I'm seeing two. If you can hear me, just, can you hear? Yeah, I know you're raising your hand. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. After you, then we take. Yeah.
I should go ahead, right?
Yes, please. Go ahead.
Okay, right. My name is Emmanuel Okpa. I'm calling from the UK. I want to talk about 3 areas. The first is general. I want to thank you, Dr. Mo, and all those who have made all the effort to start this movement up to this day. Is it the 21st or the 23rd? What did you say?
Day 24th.
Day 24th today. So I really want to thank you guys because it's not easy to brave it the way you all have done and come out, especially in Abuja, where you described that it's probably the most dangerous part of Nigeria to do a thing like this. So I really salute your courage and all of those who are joining me. Now, I just want to let you guys know that, I mentioned this to you, privately yesterday. The powers that be, Buhari, INEC chairman, and Tinubu, whatever, and the rest, they're all believing in the fact that this movement will fizzle out. We'll all make this noise. It's the early days as they talk for, Niger, morning sun, not the last day. They are banking on the fact that this movement will fizzle out, and then once they fizzle out, we will go quietly into our various homes and businesses, and we'll carry on, and then they continue as it has always been. So I just want to encourage all of us that this movement shouldn't die down. This movement, if anybody is there sitting there and thinking that this matter will be resolved probably in 4 weeks or 5 weeks or 6 weeks, no, it means we are not serious. It means these guys would be right in what they were thinking that will fizzle out. This fight has to continue. It's not probably going to end in a few weeks' time. It's probably going to last for months and months and months. We should be ready for that. We should be ready to stand steadfast and make sure we take this fight to the end, whatever it takes. Because if we slow down, they will take over and continue in the way they have been doing. So please, 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 let us all be clear on our mind that it is not a fight for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then we just stop and, we expect things to get right. It's not going to get right. We will stand. Well, it's not going to get right until we stand and fight it. I was listening to, I'm sure you all know, the US President, Joe Biden is in Northern Ireland. I think he came in 2 nights ago. He said when he was in school, he read history and political science, that they taught them that every generation needs to rise up and fight to keep democracy going, that he didn't understand that. He said, he asked himself, what is America fighting to keep democracy when they already have a solid democracy? But what happened on January 6th, I think 2021, proved that point that every generation needs to stand up and fight for democracy. If you don't fight for democracy, you won't get it. It is very fragile. It can easily break. I mean, imagine American democracy being tested the way it was, on January 6th. So democracy has to be fought for. What Mo, you are doing and what the rest have joined you to do is the right thing to do. We need to fight for democracy for us to have it. And even when we've got it, we still need to continue to fight because it's a fragile thing to keep. So please let this fight not end in a few weeks, in a few months' time. Let us stay fast and fight it until we get what we want. So thank you so much for all that you and the rest are doing. The other point I want to make is draw your attention to an aspect that I don't hear people talk about much, about it a lot. Yes, we all know elections was, we're all rigged. I mean, I watched it from here on that Saturday, 25th. I was not in work, I was at home and I watched everything that happened, especially Port Harcourt, which is close to my area. It was a mess. We all know it's been rigged. Now, the proof of that, Peter Obi has told us that he has all the proof to show to Nigerians that this election was rigged and that he won the election. So we leave that to him. But the aspect that we can very easily, prove that election was rigged, and we can hold INEC chairman responsible is what I want to talk about here. I have gone to the INEC website and confirmed these statistics I'm going to give you now. The registered voters that INEC themselves declared was 93 million Nigerians who registered to vote. Now, the population or the number that collected their PVCs that number was 87.2 million people who registered. Out of that 93 million collected their PVCs. Now, the number of votes that INEC counted and declared a winner, if you calculate it, is APC 8.7 million, PDP 6.9 million, Labour Party 6.1 million, the rest 1,500,000. I will just discount those one because they are not really that significant. But if you add everything, you will get something like 21 million. So in a country that is 230 million, and in a country that 87.2 million people collected their PVC to vote, and you and I know, you saw the videos, those of us who were not there, you saw the video, those of you who were out there, you saw the crowd that came out. It was a record turnout. I don't think Nigeria had ever registered such a turnout. So I believe that a lot of people came out. I don't have the figure of the accredited voters that on that 25th February. I'm sure the servers will have it, the BIVA servers will have it. So for now, we work with the figure that we have until INEC comes to tell us anything different. So I'm making my comment based on 87.2 million people that collected their PVC to vote. And I'm also making my comment based on the fact that it was a record turnout. So I would have believed that a lot of people out of that 87.2 million came out to vote. Now, out of that, only 21 million, INEC counted only 21 million votes and then declared a winner. That 21 million vote is just about 25% of 87.2. And out of that, he gave 8.7 million naira, 8.7 million naira to APC and then declared them winner. That is just about 10% of 87.2 million, of possible 87.2 million people that voted. Those of you who are probably scientists and know a little bit of statistics, that's about 10%, a very, very insignificant number or sample size to declare somebody a winner. Just 10% of the vote out of a possible 87.2 million votes. Only 8.7 million was given to the winner, and he declared that person the winner. That's absolute rubbish, absolute rubbish. So the question we need to be asking INEC chairman is, please, where is the other 66 million votes? Where are they? Can you tell us how you arrive at 8.7 million vote for Tinubu who won? Just 10% of a possible 87.2 million. Where are the 66 million vote? Where are the rest? What have you done to them? If they say they are invalid vote, okay, show us where are the invalid vote. So these are the questions we need to be asking INEC chairman to show us, to prove to us how he arrived at 8.7 million votes for Tinubu that he has declared the winner. Where are the other 66 million votes? And if he cannot prove that to us, then it means this election is null and void. So we need to be asking those questions to INEC. The third part that I want to talk about is, I have said at the beginning that we need to keep this fight on. It's unfortunate that some of us are not there to support, to physically be there with you, but there should be a way of how we can support you. So if we have to keep this fight on, how do we, really keep it on? I believe funding is important. I don't know, I came in late because as I told you, I was at work and I just got back after 9 to join you guys. I don't know what has been said before I arrived, but we need to be thinking of how to, continuously fund this movement to make sure that they have money to run this race. Because without money, I don't think we can go far. So the other questions I want us to be thinking about is, how do we keep this movement going by funding? One of the suggestions I had is that, we could build a website. I'm sure, in all the population that we have there coming out, there will be web designers. You can put a simple website. We'll put a donation button there where people can donate in Naira, in dollar, in pounds, and we collect that to just keep this movement running. That way, hopefully, we'll have enough funds to run this for the foreseeable time. And finally, I know we can all sit here and talk. Everybody that has spoken since I joined, I can feel the bitterness. I can palpate it. Everyone is bitter, and that's all we've been expressing here. But I think we've expressed that enough. We need to move from there to actionable things. What can we do to really, take our bitterness into fruition? For example, I've been watching videos, I've been listening to, Arise News and all that. Tinubu is forming his own government now, or his own cabinet. The federal government is getting ready to swear him in on the 29th of May. What are we going to do? We've expressed enough anger, but let's start talking about actions that we need to take to make sure these things that we have started, bring result. They are going to swear Tinubu on the 29th of May. And once that is done, he gets into Aso Rock, start using the government instruments to oppress us as usual. So what are the things we need to do to really get these results that we want? Yes, I've seen some of the demands that you put, through INEC chairman to be, dismissed and tried it, for his crimes. That's perfectly okay. I've also seen where you guys were talking about we don't have confidence in the CGN, that he needs to be replaced. That's very good. But how do we really get these things, to move away from the words of mouth into action? I think those are the things we really need to be putting our heads together and make them happen. I think let me stop there for the moment. Thank you all.
Thank you. We'll just take.
Sorry to interrupt you, but some things are better said in the meeting. This is the
I needed to know, was that Honorable Eunice? Somebody was making a suggestion.
No, that wasn't me.
Okay, because I didn't hear the person.
That was Maureen.
That was Maureen, but I think maybe our network is taking her out. Okay.
No, I was just, hello, sir.
Yes,
I can hear you. Yeah, I was
okay.
Just only rest. I was just trying to control our speaker. He was better said in the meeting. We are holding a protest, not a meeting. A lot of speakers are speaking. They are mixing it up.
Thank you.
This is a public group.
Right. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, it's important to keep this anyway by tomorrow, because we're going to have this for the next 3 days. It's important to understand. A lot of people don't understand what protest is, and they don't understand pre-election, election, and post-election. And so I understand that, especially for those of us who have been in activism for a long time, but there's a place and to begin from, so that's okay. This is not even a strategy session. This is not anything. Whatever we want to do, if you know what it has taken to get us out here, some of you will just run away. If you hear some of the things, the text and the messages I've gotten, you will not even be on this platform again. So I would leave all of that for, I and I can say it here so that, you know, people just understand. Honorable Eunice is there. When you get text of people telling you how they're going to kill you the day you're going to die, and they trail you, you can't come out on the street, then you understand that to sit on this page and talk is one thing. To even get on the street to make demands is another thing. Talking about what we need to do to get them up. We don't need any strategy to get them. Well, all we need is just come out on the street and protest. We're not even asking anybody to do anything other than that. Just come out on the street, carry your snack, carry your food, carry yourself to the street. We've made provision for people to come out and they turn it down. And that's why I'm protesting here against obedience, because they are really obedient. You know, do you know what it means for me to carry the school fees of my daughters and to rent 20 buses, and for obedience and Labour Party members to say, Obi say we're not coming out, and they wasted all of that. You know, because I'm saying that, and this is on record, you know, because if we don't do that, you have just, you know, I hear people talking, by the time you put ₦1 million, and that is just for one day to just mobilize, it's not the money you give to security people. It's not all of that. We're going to talk about it, you know, so, but it's important because some of us I'm here. I'm being threatened. My life is threatened every day. Every day. My parents, my brother can't get into the villa. He walks, his life has been shattered just because I am in the eyes of the storm. So we need to be prepared. You know, I deliberately decided that I'm going to bring the protests here so that those abroad and everybody, we can begin to understand what we are up against. Like Obi rightfully said, I'm expecting people from the US to come down here, take a flight and come down here, stay around and protest with us. Then you can understand what we are going through. Can we even begin from there? It's a challenge to all of us. We're talking about life and death and the destiny of Nigeria. When we hear things like Mandela was in prison for 27 years, we don't understand what it means. Power will never be given to us. Power will never be given to us. We must take it. And taking it means that sometimes some of us have to pay with our lives and continue. Mandela had the opportunity not to stay in prison. Many people don't know that. It was a choice that he had. They told him, it's either you go this way or go that way. Just like Leah Sharibu. If Leah Sharibu decides today that she would become, she would denounce Jesus and agree with them, she will not be in the bush with them. Mandela had the opportunity not to spend those years. Mahatma Gandhi and all the people that we see who changed the world of their time, Jesus had an opportunity of not going to the cross. So for those of us sitting at home, we have an opportunity. You can leave your work wherever you are and join us here. People don't even understand what it is. If you know what we have committed to this already, you will not be speaking. And I'm protesting against everybody who is not coming out. I'm protesting against those who will not even join this link. And I'm protesting against all obedience who think that they can sit where they are and then they will get things done. Those who have said before that, don't follow that Yeyema and call Dr. Mo. Because if I was killed with the people who have been coming out, they'll say, after all, we told him, oh, he's a very stubborn man, oh, that is what he's doing, oh. But because we've sustained it beyond 20 days and UN are listening, we have Chimamandas, we have people who are talking now. They will never, and guess what? We don't even want the credit. All we are saying is that today, as it stands right now, there's a possibility of the judiciary doing the right thing. There's a possibility of turning 29th. There's a possibility. And that is because some people are paid with their life already. We're out on the street. That's all we're asking. It's possible for us to upturn things, but it's going to cost us our life. Today is easy. Tomorrow is easy. Next tomorrow is easy. We are going out again. They've sent Asari to Abuja to attack us. We were at the Unity Mountain for 6 days. They brought their clubs and mobs and to us. So that is why even for this meeting, we've gotten to the point where I announced the meeting an hour. I announced the location and everything you've seen in Abuja. An hour before we meet, that's when we announce it. We have to go in. People have no clue what we have done in the last 23 days. If you understand, I hear some people call, oh, Dr. Mo, can we suggest to you you are very stupid actually because you don't know what it is. Come down to Abuja, spend your money and come down. and then pay for 5 buses, pay for 10 buses, pay for money to carry people, and then stick with us there. There are 4 trucks load of police that carry us every time. Do you know how much is being paid to them to help us? So I'm protesting against those of you who even have ideas. Sit in with your ideas and jump to Abuja, join us first, and then you can understand what we're up against. I have to hide even right now. I have to hide because I've been marked. DSS are telling me that I have been marked, that they are protecting me. It's not DSS against us. They paid people to chase us and kill us just because that is the power of protest. People don't understand. The last 23 days, we told the US, we told the UN that what has happened is not acceptable. It is only by protest. Where are the people? Where are the obedience? Where are all the people making noise? So they told you, they stole your mandate. They told you kept quiet. You went to Lagos for the gubernatorial. You went other places. They beat you for the polling booth. You kept quiet. Mahmoud refused to do this thing. You kept quiet. Now you are hoping that judiciary will do the right. How stupid can you be? Like, are we real? What will happen is that by the time they swear in, you know what I'm going to say? No. Oh, Peter Obi won. He after 3 years, he will get his mandate back. That's how you think Nigeria is an Anambra state? Let's just take, we have, who is there? Maybe Eunice, you can speak, other people, vent out your anger. Let's have, after Eunice, we have Comrade Austin, and then we have Vivian, and then we can go.
For you, why are you making us feel so bad? This abuse, where they abuse us like this, you know, good now. Pity us too.
Maybe you go carry us come out so that people go know.
No, we are coming. Okay, first of all of us are angry. The bad governance in Nigeria lasted 8 years, and we're all hoping, praying, and sacrificing everything to see that good governance comes to Nigeria this time, and then it was taken off our feet like in the most absurd ways. I mean, they rig in Nigeria all the time, but this one was the most absurd anybody has ever witnessed. And that is a very good reason to resist and do everything. You know, I'm a big fan of what you have been doing. Yeah, I would have, unfortunately, I left Nigeria the first day of the protest. If I had been in Nigeria that day, 100%, I would have been in the front lines with you guys. There's no way I would have sat in my house. Die now once. You know, everybody die twice. Once it's done, it's done. And then you be free from all the stress anyway. So nobody wants to die, but if that's what it ends up, then so be it. Nobody's going to live forever. At the same time, it's not everybody that has the level of faith, confidence, and ready to go, you know, mindset like some of us do. So we also have to cut some people some slack. And then let's not forget that Peter Obi has chosen to do the good boy level of, okay, let's just wait for the courts thing. And when people do call him, should we, he tells them don't. But you can't blame him, because the moment he says go out and protest, the moment he brings himself out to protest, it's not Atiku. They're going to pick him up and put him behind bars that he has committed treason or anything. So as we do the things we are doing, let's just focus on helping Nigeria. Let's not worry too much about what Peter Obi is telling obedience to do or not to do, but we can sensitize the obedience. In fact, I know that quite a lot of people in the diaspora right now are planning to come to Nigeria to protest. So this, your anger, they are hearing it, they are seeing it, and they are identifying with you that it is not okay for a lot of us to sit abroad and pretend that everything is all right, or just be sending money and there's nothing else. So quite a number are saying, okay, we have to join this, and we have to join it en masse. So I believe that in the next 2-3 weeks, we will see quite a heavy influx of diasporans into Nigeria to come and actually protest this experience that we all had. Most of them didn't come to vote. So this is now their turn, basically. That's, I mean, from the conversations I've had, it is now their turn to show that they are also patriotic Nigerians. So I will certainly try and connect some of them that I've been talking with to you, so that you can also help them in whatever it is, whatever way you can. I'm sure that our colleague Mazi can also support, so that you guys can help them organize a mega procession. Because I think the bigger it is, the more confident people will be to come out and join it, because it's easy to attack 100, 300, 500 people, but very difficult to attract 5,000, 6,000, 12,000 people. So I think we should be targeting to make the numbers a lot bigger. And that may help us to, do this protest in such a way that you won't be feeling so bad for bringing out your 10 buses and 1 million naira and nobody comes in. There must be a little more preparation, maybe. I don't know, but I'm hopeful that we'll get there. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable. I truly hope we get there. I truly hope we get there. But we'll keep doing. Madam, I'm going to come back to you. What I've said has nothing to do with you, by the way. There's nothing personal. I'm just challenging, especially those who are not here, who are watching, because we are on different platforms. We'll just give, let's have Vivian Okonkwo, and then quickly, we'll just take those three people, then Emmanuel will come back to you, and then before we close, we've spent quite some time here since 8 o'clock. Yes, Vivian.
Doctor, I made a request, so don't forget.
Oh, okay, all right, noted.
Okay.
Vivian, can you speak?
Yes, I can.
Please go ahead. Let's take 2 minutes. This is a protest, not the meeting. So let's go shoot straight. Vivian, your microphone is muted. Vivian, you keep muting it again.
Can I speak now?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so I said I feel deprived, and that's why I'm protesting. Like I said, I've never voted since 1999. I have never. This is my first time. And I didn't just vote. I made sure I got my voter's card transferred to where I would vote. I did that for so many people. And I know I know how it was on the election day. And when the results came out, I felt deprived, and that's part of why I'm protesting. I'm calling on INEC to keep to their words. The 25% winning votes in FCT and FCT, and then the, what's it called now, working with the information on IREF. They should just do that, and they should just know that they're toiling with lives of millions of our youth, and for me, I'm going to take it to the extreme, like we say, all die and I die, and if we keep with our protests and they seem to turn deaf ears like they're all doing now, we need to take it a notch further. Like I said that on Twitter on one of the platforms. I was like, we have tech gurus. Nothing stops us from having, can you hear me, guys? Nothing stops us from having noiseless, what's it called, drones, bomber drones, honestly. We can just target them, and I believe you me, if that happens, if we have a bombing anywhere at any of their gatherings, you will see what will happen. Do you understand? Because these people value their lives so much. And we can't have this over like 2% of people toiling with our lives. No, now. I'm sure we have tech gurus, and I know that we can do a noiseless bomber drone. And once we drop that at any of their gatherings, believe you me, you'll see, we will take it off from there. That's all I have.
Don't let her hear you.
Well, we will do no such thing. What we're asking for is for us to come out. We'll come out and demand for what is right. What we are saying is clear. We will not do that. We will only protest. We'll hold them accountable. We'll speak to power. We will not allow them to shut us up, because protest is constitutional. All we need to do, like Eunice said, if you have, I think the largest something we had was just about 1,000 plus during this protest. We're asking, if you have 5,000 people come out in the city of Abuja, if you have 10,000 people, it will be different. But all I keep hearing, and I don't want to call the names, if I call names, then you will know that a lot of people like Wole Soyinka, their time is already up. Hey, Dr. Mo, be careful. Oh. Hey, you know your children need you. I said, shut up there. Is that what you told them 40 years ago? Is that what you did? Is that what you're doing? You know, and they come back, oh, thank you for encouraging us. So I'm saying that for those of us who are here, it's our time. I don't blame the people who are getting tired and frustrated. For many of them, it's just retirement package. They just want to live the next 20, something years of their life and go. But we are here to build the next generation. We are here. If you believe in the person you vote for and you believe that is the right person, and I'm speaking strategically now, the more he's saying, don't come out, he's passing a message to you. How else do you want to get it? I mean, they said you should be wiser in your generation. How more can I say it? Fela said, who killed the Legiwa? Na Baba. If you put Gida, na you sabi. Why can't we learn? The more he's saying this, he's talking to you, but you are not listening. This is the point. And I can't be more clearer than this. Anyway, what do we have there? Emily, Anelika, are you ready to speak now?
Yeah, Mo, my hands have been up for over 2 hours.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No problem.
Sorry.
Thank you, Dr. Mo.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone in the house.
Anelika, just hold on. Just give me 2 minutes. Let's just take him and then we take you. So sorry.
It's all right.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, guys. For want of time, I will make it as brief as I can. By default, election is an interface upon which democratic system is entrenched. But what we had on the 25th of February 2023 was a mockery on our collective intelligence as a people. As far as I'm concerned, we never had an election. What we had was a game plan concocted by INEC and fooled us and made us believe that there was going to be an election. And they handpicked those, particularly the presidential election. They handpicked the person whom they want to be their own president, and not our president. On this note, I'm registering my protest by saying, INEC, on you, on your generation, for the shame, for the pain, for the mockery that you have caused on us as a people. We are part of this protest. We will not give up. Possibly, just have to keep mounting the pressure. Maybe we stage another protest at the Supreme Court. Possibly we could escalate the protest further to the houses of the judges, block their road with our placards. Let the message sink. Dr. Mo, great job. We're in together. Cheers. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, I would like to speak later before I leave. Thank you.
Okay. All right. You will. Anuli, please take your shot. Let's take 2 minutes if possible so that we can begin to round up. We're still coming back here tomorrow. Anuli, are you there? Anuli, are you there? Okay. Okay. Let's take Victoria.
Yes, good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening. Just keep your protest within 2 minutes. Let's go.
Yes, I came out for protest because I'm an angry woman, angry Nigerian. I came out because my vote was not counted. I came out because things has been happening and this corruption we wanted to stop in Nigeria. We want a change in Nigeria. We want a better Nigeria. We want a new Nigeria. And I'm also pleading for the General Buhari, Muhammadu Buhari, to please do the needful so that he can leave a better name behind when he leaves his office. I also want him to call on Yakubu Mahmoud to plead with him to say the truth so that he will live a better life tomorrow, and Nigeria will be happy with him when he revealed the truth, because this ball is lying on his court. The ball is now in his hand for him to tell us this is what he did. He's sorry, and everybody will be happy, and Nigeria will become a better place. Thank you.
Thank you. Straight and sharp to the point. Thank you. Thank you. Anuli, are you there? Are you ready?
Eh?
Is Anuli there?
No, this is Angel.
Angel, take your 2-minute shoot, then we'll come back to Emmanuel. Angel, let's
Okay.
go.
Okay, after we talk.
The law. The law is there. Angel, we'll go Angel, Emmanuel, the law. Angel, please speak.
And Samson, please.
Okay, Angel is not there. Let's take Emmanuel, take your 2 shots, and then let's go back to the law. Emmanuel, your microphone is muted.
Right, I just wanted to make quick apologies that I joined halfway, so I didn't know that this Zoom gathering is just about protest and not just a meeting. I just mixed that up. I thought it was a meeting where we could gather ideas together to see how we can push this forward. I wasn't aware that it's just a protest, so I'm sorry about that. The second point I want to make is, please, I know the temptation is there to use abusive language on those who are falling by the way. I would really suggest that we temper our language. Remember, you say this thing is going to be online, that will be watched globally. So try and not use words like "be idiots." I know you're angry. I know it's painful that they are not joining, but I think if you embark on the pathway of encouragement, education, any other thing apart from, harsh words like that, I think you might probably achieve more results than calling people the idiot who are not following you and all that. Remember, this movement is very new. It has never happened in Nigeria. So we need to encourage one another. Even those who are falling by the way, we give them a hand and say, please join us. This is the right movement to do. This is the right thing to do, instead of calling their names and abusing. And I think it will not really go down very well, please. That's what I just want to advise. Let's just, show love to even those who are falling by the way. I think that way it might be better than anything else. That's what I just want to correct, please. Thank you.
Vivian, okay, you're your bumper drones. Vivian, don't put people in trouble here.
Vivian, you exactly. And also for Emmanuel, maybe because for protests, you see, if you know how we've gotten Fani Kayode and others, we got on the street and we called Mahmoud Ole. You see, so protest is not a place to encourage. We're going to have meetings where we're going to have you speak. I need you to know I'm a co-founder of Amumu Don't Do. What we do in protest is not, we don't smile when we come out to protest. Okay, so in the language used for protest is allowed. And I'm telling you, I've been actively an activist in Nigeria for the last 20 years. So when we have meetings, strategic meetings, we can discuss that. For this place, I'm here to get all Obedience angry. I'm not here to make them feel good. The same way Mahmoud cannot sleep in his house, the same way Buhari cannot sleep, the same way it cut across everybody. That's what protest is. Otherwise, we should just be pleading, oh, Mahmoud, you see, you have done us wrong. You are a father, you should not be. We are talking to people who are animals. These are not human beings. People have been killed. Over 100 people have been killed in Benue. When you come to protest, it's not a meeting and it's not a strategic meeting. You will contain yourself not to go outside the law, but you must hold people accountable. I don't know how we're not on the street. Over 100 people died in Benue, and we're not even protesting about that. This is why these people will steal our mandate and they'll put it in their pocket and go away. I just need to clarify that. Today, tomorrow, next tomorrow is not a strategic meeting. We want to show this online. We want to show your anger. We want to show the things. So, you know, like we're begging Vivian now. We're begging her. What she's that anger is what we want. Okay? That's what we want. I just need to clarify that. So because we don't understand what protest is. But Vivian, please, don't kill them. Don't kill them. We're not killing people. That's why every time we are going out, we have police, we have DSS, we have SRL, we have all the security apparatus before us. That is why Agbado and his people have not dislodged us. You know, because I had somebody call you and say, you guys are spending so much on security. I said, that is the only way to sustain the protest. Because every single soul that comes out, I am responsible for them. This is not an NSAS protest. There's a leadership to this. And we must we need to understand what we are about. If I tell you what I'm going to be tomorrow, you will not believe this. But I can't say
Dr. Mo, we need to give them sample. We need to put one of them down. They will know that they will know that youth are serious. We need to give them one sample. Sample. A tip of the iceberg. They need it.
Before we do that, 10,000 of us will come out first. We want to see that anger in our number.
No, it's true. Even if it is true, once they see 2 people come and give them sample, when they know thousands, they will know. They need sample.
No, please, Vivian. No, we need 10,000 people out.
Been shown. Hundreds of people have already come out. That's enough, and it is already making them jittery.
If you cannot do it, look at the women. Look at the women. What they did. Is it in Zamfara? They went there. They naked their body, and that governor died. They need sample. Sample a tip of the iceberg.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example of what happened in Kano. I don't know how many of us saw how Kwankwaso defended his mandate in Kano. It is impossible for anybody anywhere. Kwankwaso came out with millions of people and they took the ballot boxes and went to INEC. This is what we are talking about. We already have the example in Nigeria. See, just like what Obi said, imagine we're having prayer protests. If 2 churches, no, let me not say 2 churches. If one church, we have a church that seats 100,000 people in Abuja, just imagine them coming out. Once that happened, the whole world, but you see, we don't think this is serious. At all. If we think it's serious, we don't think it's serious. I mean, if Papa Kumuyi were to have his crusade, the whole place would be covered. Any of the pastors, I'm just giving an example, but you see, they can crush us because we don't think it's serious. We don't think it's serious. We don't think governance is anything. We don't think politics is the way. And this is why we prefer to sit and pray and fast for 30 days, not knowing that the local government chairman, the road we are praying for to be done, the local government chairman will say, go and do that. Do you know what it means to be the president of Nigeria? Do you know that without the president of Nigeria, you cannot have a church or a mosque where you go to pray? Exactly. Nigeria comes first. Nigeria comes, so we need an education of our people in the first place to even understand what see, look at, I've not shaved since the last 8 months. Do you know why we're dressed in black? We've been dressing in black for the last 24. That's protest. Mahatma Gandhi sat, he said he would not eat. He was prepared to die until India was delivered. And that's why I agree with what Emmanuel said. What we are not doing is that we don't want to come out. Oh, Eunice, I know if you even had the glimpse of what is happening, I know you'll be on the street with us every day. This is what it is. We need a new regime of people to understand, you know, what's happening. We need, because we look at what our enemy, do you see what Fanika, do you see the languages he uses on Obi? It's like literally provoking him to say something. He calls him useless, idiot, lunatic, those kind of things. And so we're not going to answer to those kind of things. You understand what I'm saying? But because it does not stop, oh, now the whole world is agag. Why did you call Professor Wolinka, Prof? Why are you calling Wole Soyinka out? Why are you saying boycott his book? Oh, now they are listening. We need to meet them madness for madness. It's just that we will stay within the ambit of the law. They've done everything to us, but we just need to give them small woto, but not on social media. They need to see the power of our energy come out, you know? And so deliberately, as part of the strategy to move forward, we have brought the protest to Zoom for the next 3 days so that when we are coming out, people can understand what we are saying, because a lot of people, we don't have the opportunity to connect with us. So even though you are in the UK, you can get 10 people, you can get 100 people in Nigeria to come out. Actually, the numbers are here. People that are listening to you, you just need to talk to them, and then they'll be out there. That's all we're saying. And I think we can achieve this. I believe tonight we've spent quality time, we've talked, we've done an upgrade. We've reported also to you what we have done. We've been to INEC a couple of times. We've been to the United Nations. And guess what? Everywhere we went, when we went to ECOWAS, the entire ECOWAS, all the leadership of ECOWAS, they came out to receive our deposits. Every time we go to the UN, the highest ranking officer in the UN, they all come out to receive us. They are thankful. Some of them said to us in the American embassy that this is the first time they are knowing that Nigerians are angry, that they thought that we have accepted the result the way it is. This is what they are saying to us. And so we need to understand the importance of what we are doing. Actually, they are very jittery. And let me tell you, for those who are afraid, the moment we begin to run, it's the technology of fear. It is like the dog. You know, when the dog barks at you, the moment you run, it will come after you. If I run out of the country, if I try to run, guess what will happen? They'll follow me, they'll catch me, and they'll start catching other people. That's the way the dogs work. That's the technology of fear. But the fact that we came out day 1, we came out day 2, we came out day 3, day 14. After we did day 6, guess what? They mobilized 5,000 people to occupy the Unity Fountain. And they've been there since then. So what we had to do, it tells you that we are winning, we are working. If just 1,500 of us is causing that, what do you think will happen if 5,000 of us come out? What do you think will happen if 10,000 come out in Abuja? I'm telling you, they will run out. They will go to France. They won't return back. I know that. They won't return. And guess what? The people they are attacking up there, they will stop attacking them. But we need to come out. We can't do this by Zoom. We can't do this by, we have to do this the same way, you know, you can't vote by Zoom. You have to do this. We have to be there. There are just 2 more people who haven't spoken so that we can go. Who is there?
Flight talk. Me, Angel.
The law is on the line now.
Angel.
Hold on.
Hello.
Angel, before you
Do I
speak.
have the floor?
Okay.
Do I have the floor?
Who is that?
The law, please.
The law, please go ahead. Let's have the law. Angel, hold on with the law.
My able Dr. Mu.
Yes, sir.
I'm proud of you. In fact, we are proud of you. The whole Nigeria youth, we are proud of you. For the way you have done to this nation to be free and fair. For we to have the right in our nation. Dr. Mu, I stay in Nasarawa State, Massacre precisely. Before this election came in, I read about Peter Obi. I go through the platform of Peter Obi. I discover the credibility and the intensiveness and the capacity that they have to rule the nation. And I must prove to you what came to me to make this man to be the president of Nigeria is PVC, permanent voters card. How do I go about that? Is to mobilize the INEC to come and enroll PVC to my people. Maraba, Nyanya, Massacre, Uke, Kifi, Akwanga, Lafia. And it cost me a lot, which I cannot announce it. For me to meet my incoming president, which is His Excellency Peter Obi.
The law, you have to go ahead and protest. You know we're not having a meeting here today. Just go ahead and protest.
I know. That's why I'm trying to tell you why Nigerians came out on the 25th of February, 2023 to vote for Peter Obi. And at the end of the day, they used their power, what do they call it, the APC power, to overpower or whatever they call it. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. I want each and every one of you people to draw your attention. Maraba, Masaka, and Nyanya. We have a lot of people who are intense, who have the ability, who have the intention to come out to protest.
Yes, bring them out.
Which
The
I
law,
have told you,
the law, you need
sir.
to protest. We are not doing a meeting. You need to protest. What we mean is that we have gone beyond the mobilization before the elections. Elections are over. We are holding leaders accountable. I need your anger to be channeled. People are watching you all over the world. Say something that will draw out all the people to come out and speak to the authority that have stolen your mandate. We need to protest. You're still having talk about meetings. Protest is different. What are you angry about?
Doctor, make I help you. Hey, Lord, listen to me, Lord. Listen and listen very good. If you are angry that you came out, you spent your money, you voted, and your vote did not count, and the vote of your people did not count, what we are expecting you to do is pull out your people to the streets.
Yeah, the streets.
Okay.
If you want to pull the whole of Malabar massacre, please do that. That's what we want from you.
Madam Obi, get the number.
We know one grammar. I don't know if it's the law that I know. Just
Madam Obi, get the number.
How many millions of people are coming out from Malabar? Call me.
Can we say something and go?
Madam Obi,
Please, I think
this is the time for me to talk now.
Can I say my own, please?
Madam Obi.
Obi, get the number.
Madam Obi.
Hello.
Yes,
Great
yes.
Nigerian people.
Madam Obi.
Great.
Yes.
Can I talk? It's my turn.
We'll give 1 minute more. The law, you have 1 minute. You have 60 seconds.
Can I talk?
Angel,
No,
hold on.
your time is you. Let somebody else talk.
Everybody just hold on.
Let Law talk, please.
Jude, hold on.
Okay,
Good.
Law talk.
The law, you have 60 seconds to protest. Go ahead. Your time starts now.
Good and fine. First of all, Dr. Mo, I appreciate you, and Madam Obi, I also appreciate you for your attention to my demand. Whenever the women, widows, market women that want to come out for protest, I always communicated with Madam Obi, and I appreciate for her quick attention to me. And I want everyone, because I'm very close to Madam Obi, and I want you
the law, your time is going. You are still not protesting. You are still talking. We need you to protest.
Great
this is not
Nigerian people.
Great.
You are cutting me off.
Great.
You are cutting me off.
The law, finish.
I am
Great Nigerian people.
Please.
Great Nigerian people.
Hello.
Great Nigerian
Great free
people.
Nigeria.
Obedient.
Great free Nigeria movement. Can I talk?
The law. You are going to come back. I'll give you a minute after Angel. Angel, you have 60 seconds. Go ahead and protest.
What about me?
Hello. Can I talk? Okay, hello.
Just hold on.
Hello.
Angel, you have the mic. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone.
Just go ahead and protest. Don't greet people. We are angry. Go ahead and protest.
I am angry already now. That's why I want to shout.
Why are you greeting us?
No, what I'm saying. Hello. What I'm just saying is that, let me say, like I said earlier on, and as I say every day, this country did not start all this news and all this wickedness, all this corruption, all these things today. It has been long since I was born and grew up as a mature person. I saw things going wrong in the country. But we cannot continue like that. We cannot continue like that, being as that things has come, and this is a time God has brought out that there must be a change, and through the youth. That is important thing. So we talk about, and I'm not scared of coming out. There was a comment to make, Dr. Mo. He said anybody that doesn't want to die should not come out, and that is true. We must do a drastic thing to achieve a change and a drastic change. That is true. If you remain in the same thing, talking every day, scouting on the internet and telling this and this, let me tell you the truth. If it is my mind, I don't care what will happen. I will even bring the youth, small children on the street, because they are the one that felt. I remember a boy of 19 years that died because of an election. It was just trauma. It was passion. Understand me? P2B is not God. But people when they are saying there will be a change in Nigeria, because those children have seen that they can't go anywhere. They watch the rich men children, the same circle of people living the same life, being big. In fact, they serve them, and they are intelligent. They are all useless, even in their own mama house. They are not even as if they are profit. They are just a part of the country. This boy has to kill himself, and nobody care about it, as if it's a rat that died. A woman died. Somebody, they born the person, and if it is their own children, would not allow that. And we kept quiet here, going on the internet talking. Well, if it led for us to bring out young boys, even 13 years, even 10 years, all of them will be on the street. We are talking about if we are 100 or we are 30, we are okay. We are nothing. We are just nothing. Because if we say if we are such number, let me tell you the truth, they will think we are playing. But when people come, they will see the heart of everybody, because people they have bitter hearts, but they are not coming out. That is the major thing. Nobody is coming out. So the most important thing now, the most important is that everybody must come out. If President Buhari, I know, is still there and is there, I'm telling you the truth, he cannot keep quiet. Why children are crying for their parents when they need something because of what? They are in pain. And the parents will now turn and say, okay, let me do this thing like this. By right, they're not supposed to allow Mahmoud to go for another election, even that Lagos State something. They're not supposed to allow him to go. People are complaining and he's in court. What are we teaching our youth and our children for the future of this country? Can we remain like this, selecting people? Only a group will be going around until they grow old and die in misery.
Give us another chance, please.
So all these things, please, can I just talk? I beg. So all these things, and it is just let everybody come out on the street, because we have taken enough. You know, it paid me when we are on the internet to be talking about, hey, they do this. Some people say you should go. P2B say we should not do. P2B say I'm not doing for P2B. I am doing for my pain. Understand me? I can feed myself. I can travel out. I can do anything I want. But the most important thing now is that all of us should be on the street or support what is going on. If you know you are really love Nigeria, we can't just be there, save our family, save our children. Listen, I have my only child. All of us go to the street every day. Understand me? I don't care how they see my car or how they see anything. It doesn't mean I cannot eat. It doesn't mean I'm not living in a good house. But the most important is that I am feeling pain for what is going on in this country. Please, understand me? And because we are not, that's why people are not responding. Please, we need to do the right thing.
Dr. Mary, can you just hold it?
Understand me? Look at what happened in Lagos State. They carried their juju and their juju. When the thing just hit them,
1 minute is over now. Let somebody else talk.
They carried juju on the street. So let us just do the right thing, please.
Madam, you don't do.
No, please, I don't want it. No. Listen. I don't like it, so I beg you.
This is what we're talking about.
I don't like it, please. You have your time, and I cannot come inside you. No, I don't like it. I don't want embarrassment. I beg. Please,
just leave Angel. You guys leave her. She's protesting. She's protesting.
I don't like it. Please, don't insult me. Allow me to speak.
Angel is protesting. Yes.
Nonsense.
And I support her.
No. I don't like it. You start telling me it's okay. So it's your business. If you want to talk, speak your mind. I'm not interested about it. Understand me? No. Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone.
Can you stop argument and do your protest,
you have
please?
What is telling you me to listen. I don't eat, so if you don't know. There was a day I stayed a day. I did not eat in this house because of what is going. I was in pain. I'm an emotional person. If you don't know, so have your own mindset and say your mind, and don't interrupt anybody. I'm not anybody's mate or caliber. I don't like it. Please, let's just
okay.
Give me my
Good night,
talk.
Good Nigeria people. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Goodbye. Good night. This meeting is over.
Yes, you know, before as we go, you know what I love about it? I love the way this meeting is ending, and I want to thank Angel. This is what the protest is, the anger we want to see. We're not here to have a good meeting. You see, I love, if we end now, it is beautiful. Because Nigeria is Jaga is not fine. We cannot come here to protest and think that we will just have a good meeting. Angel, you did beautifully well. You know, even when they try to stop you, you ensure, because you were protesting and doing the right thing. They have not been on the street. You have been on the street for 23 days with your child. So they cannot feel your pain. They won't understand where you are coming from. Yes, when you protest, it is called civil disobedience. You go beyond the time limit you are given when you are doing the right thing. So I support you 100%. Is Dr. Mary gone? If she has gone,
I'm here. I'm
okay.
here.
Great
Nigerian people.
Justice, hold on.
Nigerian people.
Justice, hold on. And I want you guys to listen.
I'm not going to take your time. I want us to know that we have to arise against this
Dr.
government.
Mary, can you listen? There is a moderator to this.
Okay.
I am here.
You called me.
To speak. So hold on. You are going to speak now. What I'm saying is that I love the way Angel went about it. She did our protest, and that was beautiful. And I like the anger. It's all part of it. Some of you don't understand. This is not a meeting. This is a protest. So, Mary, Dr. Mary, go ahead and shoot. We're listening.
Okay. Thank you very much. Great Nigerian people. I want us to know that
Jude, can you hold on? Just listen. We are listening to you. Listen to Dr. Mary. She has the floor.
Please, I'm not going to take our time. I want us to understand these few things about this government and the reason why we need to come out. We need to come out because this is the first time. This is not a rigging that is new. They've been doing it, but we've never had the technology to reveal it. This is a pivotal time in our history. And as such, we have to take this adaptive challenge and bring a leadership that has adapted itself to this century, to the millennium, which is the leadership of Peter Obi. We have this, if we now refuse to come up and protest and take back our mandate, then they will keep on using the technology and twisting it to still get on what they want. But if we say this is a technology that is shown that is showing rigging, unlike in the past, that is showing out honesty and clarity, and which we have to stick to it and call the other part of the nations to come up and uphold what is visibly seen, because this government does not have anybody's mandate. It's told the mandate is claiming to have. And secondly, if you are saying that this government has anything new, you should listen to Tinubu. When he was campaigning, he said he had nothing new. He's supporting what Buhari has been going on. And what Buhari's government has had the last 8 years, it's been trouble, it's been kidnappings, it's been economic troubles, it's been youth without job, it's been people leaving the country. We have a lot of Nigerians being asylum seekers, educated men, people of caliber leaving their good job in Nigeria and coming here to be asylum seekers because their lives is on a threat. So if you are coming from one part of the world, if you are coming from the West and you think you need to support Tinubu, you know you are not supporting anything new, because Tinubu himself has told us he has nothing new to offer. It's going to be the same we have. It's even going to be worse because we are having a leader that's even more of a weakling than Buhari. Why should we keep having leaders that are do not have the mental capacity, do not have the mental health, do not have the mental strength or the acumen to take us into the next generation, into the new world? We've come into a new world of technology. We have young people that are seeing it. If I was born in the 60s, during our time, they could rig the thing because there was no technology. And we are not seeing how the rest of the world are living well. But now we see our youth and ourselves, we see how the rest of the world are living well. People that were even more talented than they are because they could get themselves together and have a good governance. It's time we arise. There is no age about this. It's not being young. It's not being old. I had been in the street when I was in Nigeria. As a youth corper, I had been in the street against a system. I'd been, during Abacha, I wrote a literature. I wrote a paper against Abacha. And Abacha was brought out. It was published in the Tribune. So I know what it is to arise. Don't leave it to the youth. It's like the lady, like Angel said, she's out there with her young person. If you have a business, then get your employees out into the streets. If you are working for the government, do a sit-in. You can get yourself together. I say you are doing a sit-in. You're not going to work on these days until something happens. If we don't take up this moment by the horns, we have ourselves to blame, because technology has shown we have the right on our side. There was blatant rigging, and we have a government that doesn't have anything new. What they call themselves Kabbalah or whatever they call themselves, that is not right. And if you say you are a Christian, now I'm coming to the Christians, and you are sitting there, if then you are, I question your Christianity that you could accept rigging, blatant rigging. That's corruption, and the Bible does not encourage us to be corrupt. And how could you give a mandate to a government that has done blatant corruption, to a government that said how can Tinubu say that it's his own tongue? I asked myself, does he own Nigeria? Is he God? When has God told him it's his own thought? If we keep quiet, these people would think that they can revolve the government the way they want it, with the powers they wanted. But we have to know that the truth is stronger than any lie. The truth is a sword that cuts both ways. Truth can never be put down if only people will arise to hold it up as a banner. And I'm encouraging us. I'm so glad with Dr. Mond and all the team. And my press, I would tell, I'm in the UK, I can't be on the street here, but here there was a street march in London, and there was more to be planned. But even on the internet, we can bring those that are sitting armchairs protesters by now watching the Zoom. So it's good to combine for some time with the Zoom protesting, so the armchairs protesters can get onto the street. And we are glad because Dr. Mas has organized it. We have security people guarding. It's not rowdy. So for lives to be at risk. So I encourage us, young and old, from whatever part of the country, if you're a person of truth, of justice, of good governance, of credibility, of integrity, there is no way you stand for this government. If truly you know God, the God of justice and truth, the God that does not like corruption, there is no way you stand for this government, because everything from the first to the last is been corrupted. It's been corruption, it's been marginalization, it's been nepotism, it's been oppression. At this time and age, we have to arise. And once we arise, we have a man like in Peter Obi, like Mandela. I see him as a Mandela. He's a one-figure person, but Mandela was moved by a body of protesters, and we have to arise and be a body of protesters that will bring in the right ideology under the right rulership in Nigeria, and so that Nigeria will stand on its own to be the giant of Africa, no more the populous nation of the world, but the giant of Africa for which we are endured of the Most High to have. Thank you so much. God bless you all.
Thank you, Dr. Mary. Thank you. I'm going to have Comrade Ang, are you here? I need you to bring some balance to this. And then after you, we'll just have one more person speak.
Doctor, my request has not been granted since over 1 minute. And
my leader, please can I talk?
Jude.
My battery is going down.
Okay, you have 60 seconds. Go ahead, Comrade Jude.
All right. Good evening, everyone. I want to sincerely thank everyone in the house, but especially let me thank our leader, Dr. Mo.
You need to go ahead and protest.
Nigerians.
You really need to go ahead and protest. Get the facilitation.
I'm coming there. I'm coming there. Yeah. Okay. Actually, let me borrow this word from Dino Melayo. If you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. So why not just open up and talk? I am tired and ashamed of what is happening in this country. Most it's as if we have accepted the situation. We have accepted whatever they are doing to us. They are oppressing us. They are doing everything they are doing to us. And we ourselves, we are doing it also to ourselves. We are not showing them that these things they are doing, that enough is enough. And we are accepting it, being depressing ourselves. I want to call on all the youths. I want to call on all well-meaning Nigerians to be on the street with us. We have been on this street. What we are lacking actually is manpower. People are not coming out the way it should. If only people are coming out the way it should. We know places and places we will go, and we know what we will do. And these people, even though they are proving they are not hearing, and they will hear us by force, because the power belongs to the youth. It is we that owns the power. They are not the one that owns the power. We own the power, and we know how to use it. But just that, as if the youths are tired, as if they have whatever they are doing has weakened us. This act they did on 25th February, I'm going to come out. They will be telling you. They will be telling you to tell you, hello.
We can hear you.
Okay. They'll be telling you that that they are not interested unless you give them money. Those words are shocking to me. I'm wondering, is it still the youth that that wants to make themselves or that things gone wrong all of a sudden. Please, what again I want to suggest is this. We have to step more steps forward now. If it will be possible, let us do our protest to the markets, to the churches, and ask them to bring, ask the general overseers, the pastors to bring their people out so that we will go and demand for our right. Because this fight belongs to the youth. If we keep quiet, believe me, on 29th, they will swear this man in. What I'm witnessing is not good. This thing they are doing is a delayed titles. That man went and hid wherever he has hidden only for him to come out maybe a day to 29th, and they might even do this swearing in the night, just the way they did in the night. Anything can happen, and I'm afraid we need to step up and do something more. More is required of us. Let us take our protest churches to markets and ask them to bring their people out. It's not too much for us to do for this country to recover our mandate. Let this thing not be business as usual. We need to go all out. To me, I'm a man of action. I believe in action. That's the only language I understand. It pains me when I see things going the way it should not be going. Please, let me not talk much. Let me not take others' time. Please, let us step one step forward. Protest to the market, to protest to churches, if possible, so that they will bring their people out. They will know that we are serious.
Thank you.
See them, and they will tell us something we like to hear. Thank you.
Thank you, and truly appreciate that. Unfortunately, we can't. The protest is not campaign. Otherwise we will take it to the markets and to the churches, but we can't do that. Protest has to go to the right quarters, and this is why, as we protest here, I'll keep educating people to understand there are symbolism, there are significance of why we go to the Unity Fountain. There is symbolism of why we have to go to INEC, why we have to go to ECOWAS, why we have to go to the places we have been to, because it is protest. If the people do not come out, campaigns are over. We can't go and campaign to people to come and protest. Campaigns are over. If the people don't come out, it means that they are complicit and we've accepted the status quo. But we'll keep protesting for them to understand. That's the difference between pre-election and post-election. It's a difference between campaign and protest. Activism is not, and this is why I keep repeating, while I understand our protests and all of that, this is non-religious, apolitical. It is about good governance. It's about Nigeria. It's not about any individual. It is about holding leaders accountable, holding institutions accountable to do what is right. We'll take 2 more people and then we'll close today, because we'll be back here again 8 o'clock tomorrow. We want to see how many people have listened to this. This has been aired on about 10 different platforms as we speak. So when we come back, we need to keep shooting straight to the people, speak to the narrative directly, because the whole world is watching. I know that I still have a few hands, but I'll not be able to do that. Comrade Ango, are you here? I want you to take a few minutes and speak before we close the house, the protest for today. We've done so well. The energy has risen and we've spoken into various narrative, and I can tell you that we've achieved a lot even here today, and because it's on different platforms. Dr. Sani, are you here? Can you take a second, 62 minutes? Can you speak to the narrative? Dr. Sani, are you here? Dr. Sani Saidu, are you here? Dr. Sani Saidu, are you there? Is Dr. Sani there?
They are all sleeping.
He's sleeping.
Okay. He's sleeping.
It's only me, the law.
They're here to talk. We can talk now.
No, because you see, the mix is very important. Part of what we've been accused about, even with and I'm constraining myself not to speak to those narratives, because you say, oh, we are sectional people, we are even the legal team are from one side of the country, deliberately we must ensure that we have, because we are saying that we don't want the parochialism of the APC. If they are doing Muslim, we will not do Christian. Whether you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're a pagan, and that's why in the protest we have a Babalawo in front who is leading across with all the pastors and all the people, because Nigeria belongs to all of us. Nigeria is not Wazobia. Nigeria, there are 500 more languages, and no language is more important than another language. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than another language. This is part of our protest, where every Nigerian will have the liberty and the freedom to be represented. So if we have just a certain people from a particular place of the country talking, we will stop it. We need the Sanis, we need everybody, we need the Muslims. This is what we're accusing other people. We will not be found wanting doing it. So it's important for us to have other people, speak to this narrative. This is how we've upheld the protest, and we must keep the objectivity and the sanctity of it going the way we are going. That being said, maybe we'll just take, is that Belson? We'll take Belson. Belson.
Okay.
Is that Belson?
No, this is Samson.
Okay, I see Belson raising up.
It's Samson.
It's Samson.
Okay, it's Samson, not Belson.
Yes, Samson.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Just take your time and just take 2 minutes, and then after that, I'll give the closing remark, and we'll be back here tomorrow.
Okay, so I want to take my protest to certain sections. First, I want to say that, for example, the old people that have contributed, the old people like Wole Soyinka, or whatever they stood for in the past, they stood it for in their own interest. These old people, the generation of our grandparents, our parents, they have stood aloof and allowed these criminals. In fact, these criminals have taken over Nigeria, not in our own generation. It was in their own generation, and they allowed them to do that. Now that we want to take back our country, all of them, they will come out because they have access to the media and come and gaslight us, insult us, and say we are angry. Why won't we be angry? A generation where our future has been stolen. These people were able to study for free. When they finish year 7, they will give them this B2 card those days. Today, even when you cannot even go to school. If when you go to school, you have money, you succeed to go to school, you cannot even have an employment. And then they will come out, they have access to media, and then they will insult us, say that we're angry. Let us be angry. In fact, it is because we have not started beating them as our parents in our house that's why they are still misbehaving. So first of all, they should allow us, let us really be angry. They have sold their destiny, but they cannot sell ours. That is for the old people. If they failed in their own time, they cannot force us to fail in our own time. So if they have nothing whatsoever to contribute, people like Wole Soyinka, they should better shut up their mouth and the rest and go and sit down. Secondly, this group of people, the media, I know that most of the media in Nigeria, they are not independent, they are owned by the politicians. So somehow they are either compromised in one way or the other. And I cannot even imagine why a media, some anchors will come and sit, and then they will bring all these nonsense people. They don't even interrogate them. They don't even ask them something. They will come and say, what is your opinion about this? And a foolish person will sit there and talk for 30 minutes without the anchor even interrogating them and answering anything. So they meet, and then when there is one media channel that is doing the right thing, they will tag them, oh, they are obedience, they are this and that, they are for the opposition. How can a media organization, the entire media in the house, they will find one of them 5 million, and none of all the channels, they will not protest. Who is MBC by the way? Why can't all the media channels challenge NBC, take the NBC to court to stop slamming charges on them. What is the media in the first place? That when a media, if they do an interview, then they will go and find them because you make an interview. What the hell, what nonsense is this? And all of them, they will keep quiet. And then when they come, when you want to talk, they will say, please, guide your words and this and that. Is that how journalism is being practiced anywhere in the world? Now, coming to another set of people, all this how do you say, this business community, if you go to any other country, or some of us that live abroad, people that are in UK or US, they can attest to this. Any election that is going to happen, the first group of people that any candidate first approach are the business community. Because these are the people, the employers of labor in the community, not the government. So the business community are the ones that set the tone for the campaigns. In fact, they are the funders of most of the campaigns. And that is why when the government goes in there, they make laws that will enable the business community to strive. In Nigeria, look at Tony Elumelu that had to go and receive Tinubu and was shouting, the last man standing. And this is the same man that is in PDP. Because all the business people in Nigeria, all of them, this is what Peter Obi always says, business people, rich people without enterprise. Most of the businesses in Nigeria, all these are billionaires, all of them, they are beneficiaries of the corrupt system, especially those of them in the oil sector, which is the center of corruption in Nigeria. And that is why you will see they will keep quiet. Everything that is going wrong, it is in their own interest, because most of these businesses, if you have good leadership that will stop corruption, all their businesses, they will become millionaires instead of billionaires overnight. And then we have to come to the judges. These judges have to, I know that they don't have consciences, but we must make them that conscience will come back. First of all, they will sit and cry that, oh, we are not, the judiciary is not free, that this and that. Every person will be saying that the judiciary is not free. How can the judiciary is free when you are the one giving legality to illegal things? Somebody steal election, they come to the court. You have the right now.
Samson, you know, it's the second time you're speaking, so I have to cut you. You've said so much.
Okay, maybe we'll take it from there tomorrow.
Thank you so much. Tomorrow is another day. You've addressed a lot of issues here today, and that's very powerful. At this juncture, I'd like to thank everyone that came out for this protest. Like I said, by the time we get back on the street, we're going to have strategic meetings that we'll organize like this, where we're going to have ideas and other things. But in the next 3 days, today, tomorrow, and next tomorrow, it's an online protest. Tomorrow, we're going to keep it within 1 hour. If you come up to speak, you have just 60 seconds. You need to hit the address because it will be taken. We're going to take it straight. When you're talking, talk to the judiciary, talk to the old order. If you need to address certain individuals, address them straight, because we need to begin to name, call, and shame certain people. The ideology that we're pushing with that, we're saying that if Usman killed Chinedu, don't say Fulani killed Igbo. It is Usman. Usman is a person. Don't label an entire tribe, and don't label, you understand? So certain individuals have to be named and shamed, you know, and that is what we're going to do. That's directing the protest, the energy rightly to where it's supposed to be. And that's why we got on the street, we sing Ole to the person, not as though INEC itself is corrupt, but Mahmoud and all the people, because we still have critical people, just like the police. We can't condemn our entire police because some people have collected bribes and are doing the wrong thing. We will call them, we will name them, and we will shame them. This is going to continue tomorrow by 8:00 p.m. when you return back home. Share it wide. We're going to re-energize it. It's going to be on different platforms. Let's come here again. Do not be tired. Do not be tired. Come back, rearrange yourself. The same thing. Talk it better, address other issues, get the anger there until they hear us. What we're doing is not small. They are afraid of just even this meeting we're having. And I need to know it's the power of consistency, stickability, and speaking to the narrative of the issues. They understand it. But as we keep doing it, we keep winning the war. This is how we will overcome. This is how we will win. This is how we'll break party affiliations, tribal affiliations, the sentiment of regional affiliations to build one strong, united Nigeria that will fight corruption, fight the old order, and establish a new Nigeria upon which whoever it is that we want as a candidate can sit upon it and lead us to the promised land. That being said, again, thank you, everyone, especially those in the UK, in the US. We have brought you up to speed on what we have done in the last, today makes it 24th day. What we've done here today will be reported tomorrow on the papers, at the dailies. Some of the submissions you've made here today will be captured. You're going to hear that Comrade so person made this remark at the protest we had. And today, this is something complete. This is a revolution that is happening. Let's have more people coming tomorrow by 8 o'clock on the dot, 60 minutes to each speaker, and let's address and protest and take it where it needs to be. God bless you and have a good night wherever you are. God bless you, Nigerians.
God bless you, my brother.
God
bless you, comrades.
God bless you all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
God bless you all.
Good night. Good morning, everyone. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Catch you.
Good night.